this evening's broadcast of Caldwell County Lady Tigers Volleyball's Pink Out Breast Cancer Awareness Games on WPKY 1580 AM and on the web at WPKY Online, as well as our online webcast. We're live from the CAD in historic Princeton, Kentucky. Let's take it live to Sue Stone and Frankie Brown with live coverage of tonight's play. You're on.
Folks, if you have an opportunity, come on out to the cab tonight and watch these girls as they do this Dig Pink event.
Trade headsets real quick. For some reason, our microphone's not working.
It says trade headsets.
Sorry for the little interruption. Parker Parent had a kill as see Emma Fagan's back to serve again. Score is 5-3 with Caldwell County leading. Serve is up and waiting for the whistle from the up official. As the serve is in, Michaela Martin does a good receive. Savannah sets, and we cannot handle the pass. And Hopkinsville gets the point. Our R1 tonight, the up official is Ricky Peepool. The R2, the down official is Shay Walker. Whistle's blown. The serve is up again. This time Mia Skinner handles the pass. Savannah sets Brooklyn Hobgood. She gets a good down ball. Hopkinsville handles it. Ball's back over. Addie Perkins makes the pass. Savannah makes the set, and we free the ball over. Hopkinsville makes the pass and shanks the set with a double contact called by the R1. We rotate with Parker Parent going back to serve for the Caldwell County Freshmen. We miss our serve, gives point back to Hopkinsville as they rotate. The score is now tied still at 6-6. For Hopkinsville, Chandler Adams steps back for the serve. Makes a good serve. Michaela Martin handles the receive. We send the ball back over on a back row attack. Hopkinsville frees it back to us. Michaela Martin makes the pass. Savannah Tays the set. And Jason Travis gets a good kill for Caldwell County. The score is 7-6.
Mine's dead.
Caldwell County rotates with Grace Rowland coming in the game, going back to serve. Caitlin Conway enters the game for the front row on the Caldwell County side. Signal to serve, and Grace's serve is deep and in the court. Hopkinsville makes the pass. Attack. Grace is not able to handle the ball, and Hopkinsville gets the kill. That kill was by Avery Turner on the Hopkinsville side, and now she rotates back to the serve position. See if Caldwell County can handle this serve and get back in the ball control on their side. Addie Perkins makes the pass. Savannah Tays makes the set. Caitlin Conway gets a nice swing and a kill for Caldwell County.
Ball was a little too deep for Hopkinsville to get it back up and recover from that one.
That was a nice swing, one of the best swings we've had so far in this match. Savannah Tay steps back to the service line, gets the signal from the official. Ball's up. And she aces Hopkinsville's Laura Watkins. Hopkinsville makes a little adjustment in their location of their receivers. Maybe see if they can get away from Savannah's tough serve. This time she goes back to Chandler Adams. She sends the ball back over. We overpass, and Hopkinsville gets the kill by number 32, Hope Pace. Hopkinsville rotates, and Kelsey Mata steps back to serve. Ball's up. Caitlin Conway handles the pass. Savannah sets her right back. She gets a good swing, but Hope Pace is there to stop with a good block kill. We're just trading points right now, Frankie, back and forth. The score's 9-9. Hopkinsville serving.
Very good competitive game right now.
That's what you want to see at the freshman level. She gets an ace. Again, that's Kelsey Mata serving. Gives Hopkinsville the advantage. Official from the to serve from Ricky Peepool, and the ball's up again. Caitlin again makes a good pass. Savannah sets it, and Emma Talley gets a good, Emma Fagan gets a good swing. Ball's still alive, however. We send a free ball over. Hopkinsville passes it up. They get a good set. And Hope Pace puts the kill down.
That was a good volley back and forth several times by both teams.
Yeah, actually, it's really encouraging to see a freshman squad have the kind of rallies these girls are having, and for the score to be as close as it is. Ball's up as Kelsey serves again. Grace Rowland makes the pass. Caitlin Conway sets the ball up for her teammate JC Travis, and she's unable to convert. Is that ball blocked? Might not have been a touch on it. Kelsey serves again. Michaela Martin makes another good pass. Savannah sends it over on second ball, catches Hopkinsville a little bit off guard. They may have been counting hits. A lot of times, Frankie, young kids will do.
They weren't expecting it to come over the net that time. They were waiting for the setup.
Yeah, we typically encourage 3 contacts to control the ball, but sometimes sneaking one in is a good idea. We get serve from, who served it? Oh, Michaela Martin's back there serving the ball. The libero with the different colored shirt on, and she scores a point. She serves deep. Ball is out of bounds. We've been serving them pretty deep, and Hopkinsville's been playing them. At that time, they took a chance, and the ball wasn't.
Well, it's hard to pull off of those when you don't know if they're in or out.
That's right.
And they were able to pull off that time.
That's right. We encourage the kids to serve deep and make them make a decision. That was a very nice serve. Ball was handled on the receive, and Savannah could not quite get her hands on the ball, and Ricky Peepool calls her for a double contact as she tries to play the ball out of the net. We have number 24 for Hopkinsville serving. That'd be Savannah Peck. She gets a good serve in. Kelsey Mata made a really nice dig on one of our attacks. Caitlin Conway comes up and attacks again, and this time she converts. Caldwell County gets the ball and the point.
Nice play on both sides of the net that time.
Very nice. They're playing a really nice competitive game. Grace Rowland exits the game as Brooklyn Hobgood comes in to play the middle, and Caitlin Conway steps back to the service line. Ball is served, but pass is handled. Hopkinsville gets a good swing. I believe that ball was going to go out of bounds by Hope Pace, but our deep player, Caitlin Conway, decided to take a play on it, and it shanks off her arms. Like you said a minute ago, it's hard to make that decision at the split second.
They don't have much time. I tell you what, that ball comes across that net pretty fast.
It certainly does. And right now these girls are mixing it up pretty good. We've got Allie Boyd back for Hopkinsville ready to serve as they've got the lead 15-12, and Caldwell County calls a timeout, and the girls will go to the benches and talk about it.
When it comes to borrowing money to expand your business or start a new business, the friendly folks at Fredonia Valley Bank want to see you succeed. A good banking relationship is as important to the success of your business as developing a good customer relationship. Fredonia Valley Bank makes many types of commercial loans, so for your future business needs, stop by and visit Fredonia Valley Bank. They'll treat your business as it were their own. Visit Fredonia Valley Bank today at 602 Cassidy Avenue in Fredonia or 226 Commerce Street in Eddyville. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Here's a reminder from Penny Ryan Electric. Never enter a locked and secure electric equipment area. These areas are posted with warning signs and are locked for a very good reason. They are dangerous. You could be seriously injured, even killed by coming in contact with this high voltage equipment. Penny Ryan Electric will want you to stay out, stay safe, stay alive.
All right, and here we are back at the cab. Hopkinsville serving the ball. She drops in a nice short serve from Allie Boyd, and we're not able to handle the pass, and the score is now 16-12, Hopkinsville's favor. Allie steps back to the service line again, gets the signal from Ricky Peepool, and here we go. She's serving left-handed, Ricky, and sometimes a left-handed server is just enough different, causes trouble. We handle that pass, and Parker Parent comes to the net and gets a nice kill. We rotate around. We've been all the way around now one time. Emma Fagan steps back to serve again with her left hand. Hopkinsville's barely able to handle it, but they do. Emma makes the pass to Savannah, and she tries to sneak a second ball in on second contact. Didn't work this time. Hopkinsville was ready for it that time, Frankie, and they sent it right back
They
over.
were. I think that first time taught them a lesson. They were looking for it.
Yeah, we tell our setters to only try that once in a while because they do go to looking for it, and it's a real easy pass if you see it coming. Hopkinsville gets the ball in on serve. We're having a lot of trouble handling the serve at this point, but we get it back over and able to free it over, and Hopkinsville shanks the pass.
That was a great return.
It was all the way from almost on the bench. Had to get a good angle on it to get the ball to land between the antenna, and I was able to do it. That was a very nice play. Parker Parent serves the ball in. Hopkinsville receives, gets a good set. A returner makes a good attack. We struggle with the pass, but we handle it. We get it back in play. Back row attack from Hopkinsville. Parker makes the dig, and Savannah sends it back over. Right now, both teams struggling for control. This is our chance right here. A good easy pass. Uh-oh, we do not get a good set on the second ball, and Hopkinsville gets the point.
A little disappointed in how that one ended. It was such a great volley. I was waiting for somebody to try to get a good spike.
Yeah, that's right. Chandler Adams serves the ball in good. That time Savannah had not much choice. She had to send it on over on the bad pass. But we got the ball back in play. Good back row attack by Michaela Martin, just wide. And she just misses the sideline. And Bailey Tucker calls another timeout to try to slow the progress of Hopkinsville. They only go to 21, Frankie, in the freshman game, and the score right now is 19-14. So Colwell's got their work cut out for them to try to scratch back into this game.
It's an exciting match, though. I didn't know what to expect from freshmen because I haven't seen that many matches, but just watching them, these teams, they really don't look like freshman teams to me. They look like they're a little bit better than that.
They are. They're mixing it up really well, and Caldwell really received the ball well the first half of this set, but they're struggling a little bit here down the stretch, and that's what Bailey's talking to her team about right now, is we've got to get control of that first ball.
Well, maybe they can make a run here. Do you have to win by 2?
You have to win by 2 in all the 3 sets in regular season play.
Maybe they can get to rolling here and get this thing caught up.
Yep, teams go back on the floor. Official signals to Bailey that she's used both of her timeouts, so she cannot call anymore. Ball signaled for play, and Chandler serves. We make the pass by J.C. Travis. Savannah gets a set. Little confusion on who's going to hit that ball, and we end up freeing it over. Hopkinsville handles the pass, gets a good set and a good swing. Michaela Martin makes a good dig on that play. We end up having to free it over, however. Now Hopkinsville struggles with their first ball, and we get the ball back by luck a little bit.
Well, communication is very important, isn't it?
That ball's moving, and everybody has a job, and if somebody miscommunicates or gets confused as to whose job it is, which happens quite a bit in freshmen, things can go bad quickly. Grace Rowland steps back into the server spot, gets the signal. She serves the ball in. Chandler Adams handles the pass. And the ball sets right back to her, and she's unable to send it over.
Well, they come a little closer. It's 19-16.
Yep, we're not out of this game yet. Grace gets these serves in, and Grace has got a history of being able to serve the ball well. She gets another good serve in. They don't get the ideal pass. They do secure a down ball, however, from Avery Turner. Now we're going to have to send a free ball back to them, and it is in a tough spot. Good play by Caitlin Conway on the overpass. She does a good sweep and gets the kill.
19-17, little momentum switch right here now.
Getting the excitement built up here for the freshman match.
Oh,
Grace serves
misses.
the ball out, and she goes just deep. That's unfortunate for making the score 20. Now they've just got to get one point to our 3.
That's something that changed in the game a few years ago. You don't have to be serving to get a point. Used to, you did. Is that correct?
That's exactly right, Frankie. That changed in 2002, a few years ago. We played 2 seasons with the ball where you had to be serving to score, and now this is called rally scoring. It makes the game go a lot faster. It's very exciting, but it puts a lot of pressure on your receivers, and Caldwell County handles that pressure nicely. We get a nice kill from Caitlin Conway, and Savannah Tay steps back to the service line. And we're 18-20, 2 points away from tying this game and sending it into extra points. Signal for serve. Savannah's got the ball up. Serve is in. Chandler Adams makes a nice pass. They get a good set. Their middle takes the big swing and into the net. Another good break for us, 19-20.
Big point right here. Big point.
This is a huge serve. Don't think that server's nervous. She handles it nicely. We get an ace, and the score is tied. Now Caldwell County has the edge as Hopkinsville calls a timeout to try to stop the bleeding.
Let me talk a little bit about our. Let me tell you a little bit about the newest sponsors. Caldwell County Chiropractic is now open, and they are ready to serve you. Dr. Justin Mathis is located at 1011 West Main Street, Suite B. That is across from Honda of Princeton. It's a new office. It's new equipment. He accepts most insurance, and he proudly supports the Caldwell County Tigers. He's open Monday through Friday. No referrals needed with same-day appointments available. You can schedule today by calling 270-365-6777. They had a ribbon cutting there today, and glad to have this sponsor supporting Caldwell County Athletics. Back with the play-by-play is Sue Stone.
All right, Savannah's got the ball up, and she serves it right down the middle. They handle the pass. Don't get the best sets, but are able to get the ball in on a nice push. Caitlin Conway gets the set. She gets a really nice swing, and Hopkinsville is not able to handle it, and Caldwell County goes up by 1. Score is now 21-20. You have to win by 2.
Well, this is a huge serve, isn't it?
It is a big serve and a big receive. Serves in. They don't get the perfect pass, but they handle it. They get a good swing out of their middle. Michaela Martin gets a good dig. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe J.C. Travis brought that ball in from out of bounds with one hand. We're back into a rally. Free ball back to Caldwell County. Savannah tries to sneak a second ball in, and it backfires as they handle the ball and get the point.
Great effort that time by both teams as we're tied up at 21. Lady Tigers from Caldwell just couldn't get another hand on it strong enough to get it back over the net.
Now Kelsey Mattis steps back to the service line. She serves the ball in. Caitlin Conway makes a nice pass, gets the set back to her. She tries to do a little short tip. Hopkinsville plays it up. Caldwell County on the attack again. Emma Fagan sends over a shoot. Here comes Hopkinsville with a free ball. This is our chance. Grace gives us a good pass. Savannah gives us a set. Caitlin Conway gets a nice swing and a kill.
Great play. Great play. I want to say Lady Tigers, but they're both Lady Tigers. Is that right?
They are indeed. This is the Battle of the Tigers for Caldwell County's pink event here at the Cab Building.
Advantage Caldwell right now.
Michaela Martin of libero steps back to serve. She serves it deep, but it is in. Hopkinsville handles the pass. They get a good swing. But Michaela Martin makes a good pass. Emma Fagan gets a good swing.
That's going to do it.
And that's going to do it. 23-21. Lady Tigers for Caldwell County.
What a comeback.
That was a comeback. They was down 14-19 and made a good comeback to win 23-21.
I thought that game was just about gone.
I did too.
And the momentum just completely shifted in that. And great job by the Caldwell County Lady Tigers to come back and get that first game. They play a set, is that correct?
That's correct. We call that a set or game, and you play the best 2 out of 3 to win the match. And so we've got the one set advantage, and we'll come back and they get a 3-minute break between sets, and then they'll come back and try it again. Undoubtedly, Coach Tucker's down there talking to her girls about not having a lapse in controlling serve-receive. We had a little bit in the middle of that set, but Hopkinsville did a good job. They had good servers. They handled a lot of our balls. If I was going to tell them, our freshmen, anything, I'd tell them to maybe avoid number 3, Chandler Adams. She received most of their balls, and she handled them nicely.
Well, that was an outstanding match, outstanding game in a match.
Yeah.
Both teams played extremely well. Like I said earlier, if you just come in and watched them and you didn't know, I would think that they were older than freshmen because of the level of play that they did. One thing I like about volleyball, there's not a lot of dead time, there's not a lot of downtime. It's exciting. Like you said, they changed the way the scoring is done, and it speeds it up. And there's a good crowd here tonight.
There is a good crowd. Look at all the shirts that the pink event shirts that the crowd has got on, showing support for this fundraiser.
And you know, this, how many years has this been going on?
We started our first pink event in 2008, and we've had good success every year. We've played Hopkinsville every one of those years except one. They've asked to be a part of this event with us. Their head coach, Mindy Hargrove, lost her mother to cancer, and
it's a great thing. It's good to see these, and I think these girls take great pride in it, knowing that they are recognizing people and playing more than just volleyball. They're trying to do something to help people that they know and make awareness about cancers of all type. And it's good to see the community come in and support them. And I know Farmers Bank has a big sponsorship with this as well.
Yeah, but hits the ball out of bounds on the attack. Caldwell goes up 1-0.
Be interesting to see if they can keep the momentum that they had at the end of that last game.
And we're off to a good start with Caitlin scoring the first point. She gets another good serve in. Hopkinsville does not get as good a swing off, and they hit it out of bounds to the side this time, coming out of the back row. That is probably not the attack they was going for. Caitlin steps back, gets the signal from Ricky Peepool, and here we go again. Nice serving by Caitlin. That ball was deep, almost on the end line, but inbounds. It's like what you was talking about in the first set. It's hard to make a decision on those balls, and you serve it deep and can keep it in or make them think it's in. That's a good serve. And here we go again. Serve is up and in. Hopkinsville handles the pass. I think they weren't quite ready for that attack. She looked a little surprised when the ball came to her. They must have had something else in mind, and Hopkinsville calls a quick timeout just 4 points into the set.
Caldwell's jumped out early in this one. That momentum from the last game has continued on, and Hopkinsville's trying to get his squad settled down so they can climb back in this thing. Once again, to mention some of our sponsors, silver sponsors tonight: Food Giant. They're at 410 East Legion Drive in Princeton. They're open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. They now feature Blue Bunny gallons of ice cream. It's only $4.98. Now that special ends tonight. You need to get out there and get some of that if you want it. And they also have large Amish mums in beautiful fall colors, and they are just $9.99. We also have Princeton Drug Company at 103 West Main Street in Princeton. Rod Whittington and his helpful staff proudly feature low-cost prescriptions, delivery, and drive-through service. The Lady Tigers are serving up, and here's Sue Stone with the play-by-play.
Caitlin Conway steps back to the service line, gets the go-ahead from the R1, and the ball is up and in. And she serves an ace. Hopkinsville is not able to handle the ball. Caldwell County, Frankie, is coached this year by Bailey Tucker. Pink.
I was fixing to ask you, in a game, is there if it gets to 11-0 or something, do they stop it? It
No.
goes to 21.
Nope, there's no mercy rules in volleyball. Hopkinsville steps back, serves the ball in. Michaela Martin makes the pass. Savannah has to come a distance to get it, but she's able to make the pass. We send the ball over as a free ball, however, and Hopkinsville comes back with an attack, but it is long, and we still get the point. We was a little bit lucky on that one because Hopkinsville got a good look on that.
Just sent it a little bit too deep.
Yep. Now Emma Fagan steps back, sends the ball deep to Hopkinsville, and they make the pass, but again, a little confusion on their part as to who's going to handle the second ball. And ideally, in volleyball, when the first pass is made, your setter should always handle the second ball. Should never be any confusion on that. But it's not uncommon with the freshman group for that to happen. Almost happened for us, but Savannah Tays was not going to have any part of it. She knew she was going to get that ball. Unfortunately, we weren't able to handle the attack. And we hit the ball into the net, and the ball goes back over to Hopkinsville. Hopkinsville steps back to serve, waiting for the call from Ricky, and here we go. That server is that Hope Pace, and if I remember correctly from the first set, she's rattled off several points for them in that first set, so we're going to have to be able to handle this serve from her. She balls up again, and here we go, and she hits the ball into the net, which counted as a lucky break for Caldwell County.
She serves a line drive serve and just didn't get that one high enough. If it hits the net and goes over, is it just a live ball?
It's still a live ball.
That's what I thought.
In fact, we teach the girls to basically serve at the net. We'll tie a string to the antenna and have a string at the antenna. Then you got your net, got about a 3-foot section there, and we try to get the girls to serve in that 3-foot section, which makes for a real aggressive serve. With aggressive serve, sometimes you miss a few more than usual, but at least when you get them in, they're tough to handle. There's a nice serve from Michaela Martin. Hopkinsville's able to handle it. Ball's back in play. We do not get the great pass on the first ball, but we do get it over on a tip from Savannah Tays, and Hopkinsville is not able to handle the soft play.
10-3, Caldwell County Lady Tigers in this second set of the match.
Michaela steps back, serves it again. That ball's deep, a little harder for them to handle. They don't get a good opportunity for a swing, but they do free the ball over. Addie Perkins makes the pass. Savannah Tays gets the set, and Brooklyn Hobgood this time sends the ball over for a kill, the middle of their court.
You know, if you go back to that first game when it was 19-14 Hopkinsville, it's been a total swing since that point.
Caldwell County is in total control right now at this point with the score 11-3. Michaela Martin still serving the ball. And Hopkinsville has lost a little bit of their confidence, I think, Frankie. Nice swing by J.C. Travis. Ball goes just a little bit deep, but it was still a nice swing and opportunity.
Well, momentum and confidence is big in all sports, and in volleyball, when you can get it going your way, I think it's huge.
That's correct. Hopkinsville's number 10, Marley Hancock, serves that ball in. We're unable to handle it and shank the ball out of bounds. They've cut the lead to 11-5. If we make this pass, we'll still be in total control. Mia Skinner steps up, makes a really good pass. Savannah sets J.C. Travis, and this time the ball goes way deep. The teammates step up to her to calm her down a little bit. Tell her to keep her head up. Move on to the next play. Here comes the serve again. This time she serves it to J.C. Savannah comes and gets the ball, and we end up freeing it over, but it's out of bounds to the side. Never did have good control in that rally.
That momentum has switched again just a little bit. Hopkinsville's cut it to 4.
We don't get a good pass. Consequently, we have to send them over a free ball. They get a good pass and an attack. Mia Skinner handles that ball nicely, though. J.C. gets another swing, and this time it's money.
That was a nice one right there. Glad to see her get that. She was a little shook after that last one.
That's exactly right, and the setter was smart to give her that ball an opportunity to swing again to get her confidence back up. Now she's right back in the game, and Caldwell County's right back on track as Brooklyn Hobgood steps back and serves. Hopkinsville handles the pass, gets the ball up to the back row. They send a back row attack, and it is deep. Our line judges tonight are Caldwell County varsity girls, line judging the freshman games. The up official and the down official, however, are sanctioned officials. Brooklyn sends another ball in to serve. Avery Turner gets a swing. It was a little short roll. We play it up, but we do not have good control, and we're not going to be able to send that ball over.
I think in volleyball, communication between players is one of the most important things.
And that's something these freshmen are going to learn as they mature and as they go through the program, is that, you know, there are certain jobs that it's a given who's going to do what, and they're still trying to learn all that, and some of them are multitasking too. And, they'll get it together, they'll figure it out, and we get a good pass there. Savannah tips it over on the second ball. Hopkinsville handles it again, gets a good set from Savannah to Caitlin. She gets a good swing, but Hopkinsville handles it. We get a roll off the net, never do get good control, but send it back over on a free ball. Hopkinsville sets the back row. It's a deep ball. Grace is not hardly able to get to it. She gets a touch on it, but we're just not able to control that ball.
I think she had to play that. I don't think it was out. So
I think you're right.
She had to play that to try to get it back in.
And she got her hands on it good. She just didn't get enough on it to get it up in the air where her teammates could come help her. Hopkinsville serves it. Michaela Martin makes a good dig, and Caitlin Conway gets a nice swing and gets the kill. She is having a really good game.
14-9, Caldwell County.
Savannah Tay steps back to the service line, and what Caldwell County's playing, Frankie, in volleyball terms is it's called a 5-1 offense, where Savannah Tays is the setter, and she sets from all positions, all over from wherever she is on the court. She will always try to handle the setting duties, and that leaves Caldwell with always 3 hitters if she's in the back row and 2 hitters if she's in the front row. Right now she's in the back row. We was not able to handle that rally, and Caldwell County loses the serve, and it goes back to Hopkinsville, and their score is 14-10. Hopkinsville just won't go away.
It's been a good game there at first. You know, Caldwell County got out like 8-0.
All right, right there, what you saw, Avery Turner step back to serve. She got signal to serve, and she stepped over the end line, and you saw your line judge raise her flag indicating that she had a line violation. Ball comes back over to Caldwell County. J.C. Travis goes back to serve. She gets a nice serve in. They handle the pass, get a set and an attack. Grace handles the ball this time. Savannah gets a good ball up. Again, there was a little confusion. That pass, that set was kind of between front row and back row. They weren't real sure who was going to get it. Hopkinsville got the ball. They step back as Kelsey Mattis serves the ball again. Michaela Martin gets the pass up, does not go to the setter. We have to free the ball over, but Hopkinsville is not able to handle the pass well, although Chandler went out of bounds, run that ball down, and it barely rolled over the net.
It just cleared the net just enough that it was surprising to us, I think. It deflected it just enough that player wasn't able to get a good hand on it.
Sometimes I think young players anticipate, and they didn't think Hopkinsville was going to be able to run that ball down. And now Hopkinsville's got the momentum as they just serve an ace on us. And Kelsey Mattis back there serving again. See if Caldwell County can stop this bleeding. So another good serve. Caitlin Conway does play it up. We've got a rally going back and forth. Nobody in control yet. Savannah gets a good set to Emma Fagan. She does get a good swing with that left hand and gets the kill. Caldwell County gets out of that rotation. We got some substitutions coming in now. Brooklyn Hobgood comes back in for Grace Rowland, and this time Mia Skinner's going to step in and serve for Caitlin Conway. Mia serves the ball up, and that ball was just barely out. The official looks at the line judge and asks if there was a touch on the ball, and Katie Van Hooser shakes her head.
Well, she tried to touch it. She might not have touched it, but she tried to.
And Katie was right there and gave the right call. Hopkinsville serves the ball in. Emma Fagan makes the receive. Parker Parent gets a good swing off of the Savannah Tays set. Ball coming back at us from Hopkinsville, and Mia is not able to handle that deep ball. Seems like the balls that push us deep are the ones that are giving us trouble right now. Hopkinsville steps back, and the score is 16-15. Good serve. We do not handle it, and Hopkinsville is going to get the point and tie the score.
Hopkinsville has done a good job of coming back in this one. Lady Tigers had them down early.
Yes, they did, and now Hopkinsville's got the advantage, and they serve it out of bounds. That's what the coach does not want to see, just as you get back into, get the momentum.
Climb in it and
advantage.
send one 10, 15 feet deep.
Caldwell County rotates. Emma Fagan steps back there, serves the ball. Hopkinsville handles the pass. Does not get a good attack opportunity, and the back row player sends it out of bounds.
You know, in volleyball, I don't, you know, in some sports there's a score that you feel like you can't overcome. I don't know what it would be in volleyball, because when you get it going, I mean, you can run off several points.
That's exactly right. I've seen some pretty nasty comebacks, and I've had some pretty nasty losses when I was on the other end of that. And right now, Bailey Tucker, Coach Tucker's got her hands on her hips, smiling at her girls, trying to encourage them to control this game. It's 18-17 Caldwell County, but Hopkinsville has got the serve. Serve is up. Kayla Martin makes the pass. Savannah Tays gets the set. She sets behind her to Parker Parent and was just not high enough. Parker was not able to get a good swing on that ball.
That was a timing issue on that one.
I think that's right. Set needs to be a little bit higher for her to get her load in. That was much better. And this time Brooklyn Hobgood gets a good swing, and the ball is down for a kill. And the score is showing 19-18. Caldwell County. And Michaela Martin steps back to serve. She serves it deep and gives them trouble this time, and she gets the ace.
I believe that one was going to be in, but it would have been close. And it's kind of like a 3-2 pitch. You can't let anything go by if it's close.
Right. That's exactly right. And it's close enough now with Caldwell County 1 point away from securing this set and match. Hopkinsville's freshman coach, Doug Hargrove, husband of the head coach, Mindy, he called his second and final timeout to try to break the momentum and see if they could ice the server. Oh, okay. Okay, we're going to take a break now.
Here's a reminder from Penn and Ryan Electric. Never enter a locked and secure electric equipment area. These areas are posted with warning signs and are locked for a very good reason. They are dangerous. You could be seriously injured, even killed by coming in contact with this high voltage equipment. Penn and Ryan Electric reminds you to stay out, stay safe, stay alive. A safety reminder from Penn and Ryan Electric.
And on an overpass, Savannah was just able to get a touch on it. And the Hopkinsville player touches the ball as it rolls out of bounds. And Hopkinsville gives up the set and match 2-0 to Caldwell County's freshman.
That was a big first game in that set, as the Lady Tigers from Caldwell County came back from 19-14 to take that first game, and then had the momentum going in the second one. Still time, folks. Come on out and support these teams as they're having their Dig Pink event tonight. A lot of good volleyball out there. Once again, going over some of our sponsors: Napa Auto Parts at 106 North Plum Street in Princeton. Charles Coleman and his knowledgeable staff will assist you in all your car parts and automotive needs. We also have A Touch of Grace Christian Books and Gifts. They're located at 508 West Market Street in Princeton. Vicki Gray invites you to come check out her inventory of gently used books and some with local authors. Also, Coleman Shoe Shop and Carhartt Apparel. He's located at 129 West Main Street in Princeton. Ronnie Coleman invites everyone to check out his new fall inventory and 20% off all summer Carhartt apparel. Wildcat Liquors is located at 101 Northfield Drive in Princeton. They're open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 8, with drive-through open till 9 and 10. Open 10 to 10 on Fridays and Saturdays, with the drive-through open until 11. Also, Ziobro Wedding and Formals at 219 West Main Street in Princeton. Visit them at www.ziobrosformals.com. featuring their black patch sale with 20 to 75% off select items. And also Capitol Cinemas, located on Main Street in Princeton. It's now showing Maze Runner, Scorched Trails, Minions, and Sinister 2. You can call 365-7900 for showtimes, and you can thank Heidi and the gang for supporting Caldwell County High School sports and this broadcast. And once again, the newest sponsor is Caldwell County Chiropractic. They are located at 1011 West Main Street in Suite B. That's across from Honda of Princeton. They have new office, new equipment, and they will accept most insurances. Caldwell County Chiropractic proudly supports Caldwell County Tiger athletics and all Caldwell County Tiger events, and they're open Monday through Friday. No referral is necessary, and their phone number is 270-365-6777. And we want to thank all of those sponsors as they proudly support Caldwell County Tiger athletics. And we are on WPKY 1580, isn't that right, Jordan? And what's the internet address? WPKY online? You got to go to Facebook. It's WPKY online on Facebook. You can actually get a live screen, and you can turn that camera around as far as I'm concerned and put it on somebody else.
I didn't even realize it was on until you said that. I want to mention this is our very first ever radio broadcast for a volleyball game. I'm super excited to be a part of it. I appreciate Frankie doing it here with me, and I really appreciate WPKY for doing this broadcast for this pink event tonight. And I might add that we had a really good, entertaining match from the freshmen to get our very first broadcast started.
It was outstanding game from the Lady Tigers of both Caldwell County and Hopkinsville. Very competitive game. Just a couple of momentum swings, I think, brought that to Caldwell County. I don't know if they got more focused or what it was, but just at the right time in that first game, they turned it around. They were down 5 with 19-14, came back and won that. And do you call it extra points? Is that, what do you, because they went past 21.
They certainly did, and the final score was 23-21, and the second set was 21-18, so it was no runaway for Caldwell County at either end.
Yeah, early in that game, it looked like they might sneak it up there and get maybe an easy win, but Hopkinsville hung tight and was an outstanding game. And I would say we'll see the same caliber of play from the JV squads that's coming up.
You will, and the one thing I'm going to point out is I believe you're going to see several of those freshman girls from Hopkinsville are going to be on this JV squad. They don't have the numbers hardly that we do. We'll have fewer, if any, of our freshmen that was on that freshman squad that'll be playing JV. There are 2 girls that are freshmen in grade that do play JV, but they don't dress for the freshman games. So real difference there, and Hopkinsville actually getting a little more experience by doing that. But Daniel's got a lot of girls in his program, and he's doing a great job with them, and it gives them a lot of options on how.
But being a volleyball coach or a former coach, you'd rather have the numbers, I think, hadn't you?
Oh, you've got to have the numbers. You know, it gives you so many more opportunities. You can create depth. Kids can specialize in certain skills. And you're going to most of the time, if you've got that kind of depth or good depth, you're going to win the big games that go into extra sets and extra points and where you might need that extra manpower.
I think that's one of the things that has made Caldwell County successful over the years in volleyball is you've had a large number of kids out, and think that you did a great job working with them. You were the first volleyball coach at Caldwell County, and it started in 2001.
2001, we had 11 kids walk in the gym. We kept them all, and all of them made volleyball players. And we had a good time, and we just tried to teach the game at that point. There wasn't much coaching to it, but it's come a long way, and Daniel's continuing the tradition and the culture of.
Well, I think it's a sport that a lot of girls ought to look at playing. To me, anytime I have played volleyball, it's always fun to play. And I know that you all actually run plays and have different sets and things of that nature more than what you just do out when you're in the yard playing volleyball. But it's a lot of fun to watch. It's exciting. The games don't take all night long. I mean, you're going to have a freshman game, a JV game, and a varsity game, and you won't be here till 11 o'clock. And if you were to do that in some sports, you'd have to start at 4, and you'd still have to run till 10:30 to get them in. So,
although I do remember a trip to Henderson a few years ago, a freshman match went 3 sets, the JV match went 3 sets, and the varsity match at that time was only doing 2 out of 3, and we went 3 sets. We got home about midnight.
Plus, yeah, like you said, at Henderson, you had an hour and 15, hour and a half drive on a bus. So.
Yeah. But, yeah, the game is a lot different than a lot of people realize. I've had a lot of people come up to me after they come and watch for the first time that they had no idea what the game of volleyball was really like. Like I was talking about in the freshman match, you know, they ran a 5-1 offense. We've run a 6-2. We've run a 4-2. There's lots of different offenses. There's defenses. You know, where you run a perimeter, you run a rotation, a middle man up. And then there's plays, and we have names for our plays. And people don't even, that have never watched the game, have no idea that that's how the game's played. And that's what we're hoping to happen tonight is that if anybody listening to the broadcast for the first time, maybe they've never seen a volleyball game, hopefully you can get some of the excitement over the radio or you're watching it on the broadcast and realize, hey, this might be something I want to come see. Come down here to the cab and support the girls.
Well, they're fun to watch. I know when you started back in, you were in the Butler building, and I know at times y'all still use that some. But you don't have to worry. We're in the cab building. It's air conditioned. It's comfortable. It's a great place, I think, to watch a volleyball game for the most part. Like to see folks come out and support these Caldwell County Lady Tigers. And it's the Dig Pink event. And I've been doing this for several years. All the money that they raise is turned into the Caldwell County Relay for Life. They have sold 314 shirts, and they've got an $1,100 donation, and that gets turned into Caldwell County's Relay for Life, which takes place in June each year, a pretty big event. And I would say that most people in this gym and most people listening to this broadcast know or have somebody in their family that they've all been affected by the word cancer. And these young ladies do this event each year to raise money, to raise awareness. And you see that in a lot of different sports. And I just think it's real neat what these girls are doing with this each year. And as Sue mentioned earlier, I don't know if it was on air, Hopkinsville really enjoys being a part of this. In fact, they request being a part of this Dig Pink event each year. And I know I've come out and announced over the PA several years some of the names because the girls wear a ribbon in their hair, and it is a color that is associated to a certain type of cancer. And both teams do that. Is that correct?
That's correct. And in the, it's a breast cancer awareness. That is our main focus, and that's where our funds are going. But recognizing also, like you said, that there's cancers, all different types of cancers, and it shows no discrimination to anybody. And so the girls really enjoy taking a moment to reflect on how it's affected everybody. And I dare say everybody in this gym has been affected by some type of cancer in their lives. So it is an awareness for all cancers as well.
Once again, well, let me run through our sponsors one time, and then we'll do a commercial, and we'll be close to this. Silver sponsors tonight, Food Giant. Platinum sponsors tonight, Farmers Bank and Trust, Fredonia Valley Bank, First Southern National Bank, State Farm Insurance, State Farm agent Larry Fawn. Planters Bank, the Princeton Electric Plant Board. Gold sponsors are McDonald's of Princeton, Trice Hughes Incorporated, the Woodall Agency, Caldwell Medical Center, Penny Ryle Rural Electric, and Shelter Insurance agent Clay Farless. We also have silver sponsors, which are Food Giant, Princeton Drug Company, Napa Auto Parts, A Touch of Grace Christian Books and Gifts, Coleman Shoe Shop and Carhartt Apparel, Wildcat Liquors, Ziobros Weddings and Formals, Capital Cinemas, Casey's General Store, Feather Your Nest Linens and Stuff, Treasures Remembered Florist and Greenhouse, and Bella Marie Boutique. This is the first time a volleyball game has ever been on the radio for the Caldwell County Lady Tigers, and tonight we've already had the freshman game as the Lady Tiger freshmen won the set 2-0 against Hopkinsville. We have the junior varsity and the varsity coming up. Once again, we'd invite anyone out there, come on out and watch these ladies and help celebrate the Dig Pink event. And once again, I want to tell you about the newest sports sponsor is Caldwell County Chiropractic. They are open and ready to serve you. It's Dr. Justin Mathis. The office is located at 1011 West Main Street, Suite B. That is across the street from Honda of Princeton. It's a new office, new equipment. He accepts most insurance. He is a proud supporter of Caldwell County Tigers, and he is open Monday through Friday, and you do not need a referral. You can make same-day appointments, and his phone number is 270-365-6777. And with that, we're going to send it back and go back to WPKY for some commercials. How we doing?
You know that horrible feeling you get when you realize your debit card is not in your wallet or on your desk or anywhere? I'm Ty Engelbright with First Southern National Bank, and you no longer need to worry. All account holders now have the ability to temporarily turn debit cards on and off using our new mobile banking app. Download our new app today to start using mobile deposit, debit card on-off, and many more great features. First Southern National Bank, member FDIC.
Hello, listener who listens to the radio. When was the last time you listened to your taste buds? Say, ah! Crazy! Your taste buds are experiencing an intense case of the we need a sip of our favorite drink in the whole wide world. For only $1, there's a refreshing cure for that. Listen to your taste buds. They love what you really love. The unique taste of Coca-Cola at McDonald's. Now get any size icy cold Coca-Cola or soft drink for just $1. Prices and participation may vary.
That freshman game was much better. The quality of play was better than I anticipated. We're back at the Community Activities Building, Caldwell County High School, for the Caldwell County Lady Tiger Dig Pink event against the Hopkinsville Lady Tigers of Hopkinsville High School. This is the first time that the Caldwell County volleyball team has been on the air for a game, and we've started off with the freshmen. The freshman team defeated Hopkinsville in the first set 2-0. The JV and the JV of both teams warming up, and that game is what, about 4 minutes away? Is that right?
That's correct. Showing 3 minutes and 42 seconds on the warm-up clock, and then they'll have a minute at their benches, and then the game will get ready to start. Talking about the Hopkinsville Lady Tigers, I'll go over a little bit of the history we have with that program. This will be the 23rd meeting between Hopkinsville and Caldwell County volleyball team. We got off to a rough start when we started playing them back in the early days, Frankie. it took us all the way from 01 to 2004 to be able to beat them. Our first several meetings, we came out on the losing end. We lost 7 matches before we finally beat them. And but now the overall record is we've won 13 and they've won 9. The last 7 years, we've beat them undefeated with them, and but we have quite the history with them. And like you mentioned earlier, they come here every year to do this pink event with us because they request to do that, and we enjoy them coming and in the spirit of the night. Because of the extended activities going on here and a little bit of the distractions, typically a high school match the varsity match is going to be a 3 out of 5 sets to determine the match. Tonight, through the agreement of both head coaches, the match is going to be shortened to 2 out of 3.
Well, I would say going back between Caldwell and Hopkinsville early on, in their defense, Caldwell County has put some very good teams on the floor several of those years. I can't tell you the year I know y'all won a Class A state championship, and I think that's quite an accomplishment because I know there's some small schools in the central to other end of the state or in northern Kentucky. They may not be very big number-wise, but they have very strong volleyball programs, and for Caldwell County to go up there and compete, and I know they've gone more than 1 year, but I know 1 year they did win the state all-A. What year was that?
That was in 2010.
Well, it hadn't been too long ago.
No, it hasn't, and Caldwell County has qualified to go to the state tournament all-A by winning the region every year that we've been eligible to participate. And of course, some people remember last year we were not able to participate because our school numbers were up and we didn't qualify as a small school. But they were back in it this year. Daniel went over to Livingston County and beat UHA and Livingston County to represent Region 2 again in the all-A state tournament, which was last weekend. And they went up there, got off to a little bit of a bumpy start, losing to a Northern Kentucky team and then to a Lexington team, but then they came back, went to the Constellation Division and went undefeated from the afternoon with 4 straight wins to win the Constellation Division. So not too shabby a weekend for him. The state tournament was won by Presentation, which is a Catholic school in Louisville, which I might add, whether you're talking about all-A or the regular state tournament, has never been won by a public school except the year we won it. It's been won by, both of those tournaments have been won by Catholic schools since their beginning.
I couldn't have told you that. When you mentioned it, I did remember the year that they won that. It was the first time that a public school had won that. And I think that's good for the girls to be able to go and compete in that. Even with last weekend when they were up there and going, they still have to come back with some confidence that went and competed at a high level in what I would consider to be a pretty strong tournament field. And it's anytime you get that game experience, it's just so important. And I think it's good sometimes to go play somebody that's not a bordering county, nothing against that. You're going to play those, but it kind of lets you set the standard on where or how good you are, and getting up there and playing some of those others. And, of course, it gives them an opportunity to make a lot of friendships, too. And I think that's an opportunity. I would say that when these girls go to these tournaments, that they probably do have a lot of fun and hang out with some of the girls from some of the other teams.
Yeah, you know, and that's funny because the year we won the all-A state tournament, the girls, our girls that played in that, off at college now, and my daughter Casey actually was on a team in college with one of the girls she played against in that state tournament, and they remembered each other, and it was a fond, shared memory that they'll take with them from now on. The JV squad's getting ready to take the floor as they go out in the official switch sides. Shay Walker now has become in the R1, and Ricky Peeple is now the R2. And And what they have different roles, Frankie. Officiating for volleyball is a little different than some sports. They don't have to run up and down the floor, for one thing, but they have different responsibilities. The R1, the one on the ladder, he signals serve. He's in control of the game. He watches the floor play, and he watches everything on above the net. The R2, his responsibility is positioning. You see him step out on the floor as he looks at the girls to make sure they're in the right rotation. And rotations are very important in volleyball. And he'll check both teams to make sure they're where they're supposed to be to start the game. And it's his responsibility to monitor that as the game progresses. He also watches the line under the net and any play on the lower half of the net. You got line judges on each corner, on two corners, opposite corners, and they this time for the JV game, freshmen will make those calls, and they're responsible to help the officials with whether the ball lands in or out of the court. And as a note, a lot of spectators don't realize if the ball touches any part of the line, it's considered to be in the court. So sometimes there'll be a lot of yelling about a ball being out of bounds when it really did touch the line. And this game has started as Taylor Whalen served the ball for Caldwell County, and Hopkinsville sends it deep out of bounds, and Caldwell gets the first point. Taylor Whalen steps back to the service line again, serves that ball aggressively. Hopkinsville struggles with the receive and sends us back a free ball. Let's see if Taylor can get us a good set. She does, and Carly Peak murders that ball.
She went up and got that one and put it down with some authority. Nobody got a hand on that one.
Carly's really showing signs of being a beast in volleyball. Taylor serves it again, and this time she gets the ace. Carly is a sophomore, plays the middle. She's left-handed, which is really beneficial in the game of volleyball, just like a lot of sports.
Just gives a little different look, doesn't it?
It sure does. Taylor serves that ball again, and she gets her another ace, and we're off to a 4-0 start.
Quick start for the Lady Tigers of Caldwell County.
Taylor serves again. That deep ball, I believe that one was going to be out, but like you said, tough to make a decision.
You've got just a split second to make a decision, and I think you're a volleyball coach, so you would know what they would tell you to do there.
And she gets another good serve. We get an overpass, and Carly Peak is there at the net to stop it. And Carly is making it very difficult for Hopkinsville to see anything but her at the front line. Taylor serves another deep ball, and this time they do let it go, and I think that was more of a hope that it was going to be out than a confidence.
I don't think she felt like she could get to it and get it back.
Yeah, it's probably true. Hopkinsville gets the serve in. Lexi Tays handles the pass. They set Carly Peak. And there's no surprise to that as she gets another kill, and she's off to a 3-kill start.
Yeah, that one was deep, but it was well inside the line.
And now we have Cameron Cliff back to serve. She serves the ball up. Hopkinsville again struggling to make the first pass. A little confusion on the second ball, and Cameron gets the point.
You know, it's difficult in just about any sport to get the players to communicate and talk and say, I got it. And I think that was, I don't know if more than one was calling it there, but they just stood there. And now a referee is straightening out something on the rotation.
That's exactly right. It's what I mentioned before. That's the R2's responsibility to keep them in the correct rotation. And the nice thing about volleyball is Cameron serves that ball up. Hopkinsville handles the pass, gets a swing, and they get a kill. And the R2's responsibility is to keep the rotations correct, but the coach has the right at any given point to step up and say, I need a lineup check. And if he does that, if they're caught out of rotation, he will not be penalized. However, if you don't ask for it and the official catches you, then you lose a point. That was aggressive serve. And that came from Hopkinsville's number 9, and that gave us all kinds of trouble. Chella Bell steps back to the service line. Let's see if maybe we can stop this serve this time now that we know how it's coming. She serves another aggressive serve, only this time it goes wide, and we get out of that one.
It didn't have as much steam as that first one did. She punched that one right across the net, low line drive, and we didn't get a hand on it.
That was an aggressive serve. She had a bunch of those up her sleeve. We was going to have our work cut out for us. Carly Peak steps back to serve, and she also serves the ball deep. And Hopkinsville was glad for that because they remember Carly Peak already. And now we have number 10, who also played freshman, Marley Hancock, steps back to serve. She goes way back deep in the court to serve it, so she don't serve it out. We get a pass up. Lexi Tace tipped it over. They did overpass, and Elizabeth Taylor tipped it right back over. Hopkinsville gets a good swing and gets the point. And Hancock steps back there to the service line to serve again. Ball's up, and she serves into the net. Caldwell retains control of the ball, and the score is 10-5 as Shaden Allen steps back to the service line. Shaden is actually a freshman, but she plays strictly JV. She serves an ace.
She put that one just between the front line and the back line, and nobody really made much of an effort to get to that one.
See, the coach stepped up and told him to make an adjustment in location, and then Shaden serves it a little deeper, which handcuffs Hopkinsville, and she gets her another ace. That was a really good serving rotation there. Shaden served short on the first ball. Hopkinsville steps up to take that away, and she serves it deep into their shoulders. She clips the net on her third attempt, and she's got 3 aces in a row, Frankie.
She sure has, and there's a timeout on the floor for Hopkinsville, as they're going to try to right the ship. As we take a timeout, let me mention once again a little bit about some sponsorships. We want to welcome everybody, if you're just joining us, to WPKY 1580 AM, and you can also go to Facebook and go to WPKY Online, and you can actually get a live feed of this game. And some of our platinum sponsors tonight: Farmers Bank and Trust, Fredonia Valley Bank, First Southern National Bank, State Farm agent Larry Fawn, Planters Bank, and Princeton Electric Plant Board. Gold sponsors are McDonald's of Princeton, Tri-Shoes Incorporated, the Woodall Agency, Caldwell Medical Center, Penny Ryle Rural Electric, and Shelter Insurance agent Clay Farless. And we're back to action, and here's Sue.
Shaden gets her serve in out of the timeout, which is always what the coach instructs her to do. Hopkinsville handles the serve, but hits the ball out of bounds on the attack. Shaden steps back to the serve line again. Ball's up, service in. Chandler Adams also played freshman, passes the ball up. And again, Hopkinsville hits the ball deep on the attack. They're getting opportunities, Frankie, but they're not converting.
And that's how many points she is serving. Is that 6?
5 in a row.
5 in a row. And that's number 6.
And that's number 6 with her 4th ace. And she is giving Hopkinsville all kinds of trouble. And it's easy for us to sit up here and look at that serve, but when you watch it from the end, if they get a good float on that ball, it is doing all kinds of movement, and it is tough on those receivers.
She gets the 7th point. It's 17-5, Caldwell County Lady Tigers.
You watch as she serves this ball, the ball is up. That ball's got a little top spin on it, but not a lot. The less spin on it, the more movement the ball makes in the air, makes it really difficult to receive. They pay it up. We get a good swing from Elizabeth Taylor. They handle it. They get another swing, and they hit it out of bounds, Frankie.
Well, I'm glad you said that. The serve before that one didn't have much spin on it, and it looked like a knuckleball going.
And that's what it'll do. And the less movement, the more knuckling it'll do, and makes it really tough. Cameron Cliff makes a good pass. Lexi Tays gets the set from Taylor Whalen, but is a little too tight to the net, and Hopkinsville was able to put a block on her.
That was Hope Pace, I think, that blocked that one.
Again, another one that played freshman, so
That's
you
right.
can see that there's a lot of overlap here, and our JV team may have a little better opportunity to dominate. Shaden makes a good pass on the receive. Elizabeth Taylor tips the ball over. Hopkinsville handles it. This time they get their attack to stay on the court. Taylor sets Elizabeth. Elizabeth tips it, and Hopkinsville is not able to secure the ball. As they hit it, pass it out of bounds. A little better rally that time, though.
Now the net is a plane, and you can't go under it, reach under it, or go over it at the top. Is that correct?
That's correct. On the above the net, the only time you can reach over the net is if you're blocking an attacked ball, not the serve. You can never block a serve. So you'll see blockers that are really able to elevate. They'll go up and reach over that net. Hopkinsville's got the ball in rally and not able to send it over on the third touch.
Pretty good effort that time to get it back, and just a little short getting it across the net.
Sydney Riley's entered the game, and she has stepped back to the service line, and she served that point, and she's getting ready to serve for her set point. Ball is up and deep. And I don't blame her for being a little aggressive. She's got a lot of room to play here with the score being 20-7. Make the other team make a mistake if you can. Now Hopkinsville steps back to serve. And they've got their work cut out for them. And that ball looked like it might have been on the line, but the line judge calls it out. And there's some discussion, and JJ, the coach of the JV squad, stepped up and told the official that the ball was actually on the line, but the R1, Shay Walker, chose not to take her attempt at doing the right thing. R1 has the authority to make that call or not. He can overrule a line judge if he chooses to, and at this point he chose not to. And so the game is over. Caldwell County wins that set, and they'll switch benches, go back and talk about it. The Hopkinsville coaches will talk to the JV and see if they can't figure out what went wrong in that one.
Well, I think probably the difference in that one is you had several younger players for Hopkinsville still on the court, and some experience is a big thing in all sports. You know, you can see a lot of young teams as they go through, and by the time they're seniors, they're very they play well together. They know what they're supposed to do. When they were a freshman team, that wasn't always the case. Probably had some great games, but experience is huge in anything that you do.
It really is, and I think, you know, helping them maintain, like you was talking about before, momentum means a lot in this game, and sometimes when the momentum's going against you, if you're real young and inexperienced, you have a tendency to panic a little bit and get rattled, and so experience in those situations is huge. And that comes back to what we was talking about in the break earlier about the varsity squad going to the All-A and playing some of these teams on the other part of the state. That's what that's all about. And that we may not win all the games we go to up there, but it's giving these girls invaluable experience on how to handle pressure situations.
And, I think about the movie Hoosiers.
Yeah.
And when they got up there to the gym for the state tournament, he took them in there and he measured. Now in the movie he did this, whether this actually happened or not, who knows, but they measured the goal and it was 10 foot. The free throw line, everything was just like it was back in their little old gym in Hickory in the movie.
Exactly.
And I thought that was a great, if the coach did that, that was a great thing to show those kids that, hey, it's a basketball court just like we got. Yeah, it's in a bigger facility, but we're here to play the game on the court.
Yeah, and that's a great analogy. That's kind of how we felt the first couple times we went to state tournament and went and played. Of course, we always drew Louisville schools that are ranked nationally, but you know, it's exciting to see that the game played at that level. And we've had some excitement here in the Cab building tonight with freshmen giving us a really good spirited match, and the JV has been a little bit lopsided this first set, but they're competing down here nonetheless, and Hopkinsville's got a lot of young kids out there on their team. They've only have one senior on their whole squad, so they're a very young team.
How do you determine who starts a game, who serves?
Well, when I was deciding, I always wanted to put my best server there to start the game. Chances are Hopkinsville server steps back, number 24, and she serves the ball deep, which you never want to happen. She is a freshman, Savannah Peck. You never want to start the first serve with a miss, but that first server will have an opportunity to serve probably more rotations than any other server. So you want your best one there if you can at all. Sydney Riley steps back for Caldwell County and serves a really nice ball. Hopkinsville handled it. Sydney makes the pass on their free ball. We get a set. Cameron Cliff gets the attack. Hopkinsville handles it. Ball comes back and is just out of bounds to the sideline, and Caldwell County gets the point. And Sydney will go back to the sideline and serve it again. And that ball is out of bounds on the same close line that ended the first match, and everybody seems content that it was actually out this time.
It was close, though. It was close.
Indeed. It was indeed. And you can't fault these young line judges. They, they're still learning the game too, and they're doing the best they can. Chandler Adams steps back for Hopkinsville, serves the ball in. Caldwell doesn't get the best pass, but we still get a good attack out of it from Cameron Cliff. Hopkinsville does a back row free ball. Lexi Tays makes a pass. Taylor Whalen sets. Carly Peak was not able to get a good swing on the ball, but she is able to tip it over for the kill.
Just got it past the hand and it deflected it down to the ground. 3-1. Caldwell County Lady Tigers.
Taylor's new to the program, the setter for the JV. Moved here from Dawson last year. And we step back to the line. That was Shaden Allen who served for us, and she served just wide. Gives the ball back to Hopkinsville. Hopkinsville serves the ball up. Cameron Cliff makes the receive, does not get a good pass to Taylor, and she's unable to handle the ball. And point goes to Hopkinsville. And they've tied the score up, Frankie, at 3-3. Marty Hancock serves the ball again, and this time she serves into the net. And Caldwell gets the ball back. Carly Peak leaves the floor as Rachel Stewart comes in the libero t-shirt, and she will be serving for Carly. Ball's up. Rachel gets the serve in. Serves to Chandler Adams, and pass set to the middle. She gets a good swing. Shaden makes a good pass. Set to Lexi Tays. She gets a good swing, and it is touched by Hopkinsville. Caldwell County gets the point. Ball comes back over to Rachel. And she steps back to the service line. Ball is up. Serve is in. Serves to Chandler. I say Chandler's name a whole lot. Hopkinsville sends a free ball back to Caldwell County. We get a good pass. Back set. Lexi sends a tip over. Didn't fool anybody, though. Sydney Riley gets the set. She gets a good swing from the back row. Hopkinsville's on the attack, and they hit the ball out of bounds.
Now, libero, can they come in at any time?
Liberos can come in and out for anybody. They have to sit out at least one play before they re-enter the game once they've left. They only play back row, and they can only serve for one person, as Cameron Cliff gets a kill. And Rachel is still on the attack back there serving that ball. Steps up, serves it in. Hopkinsville handles the ball. Gets a free ball from the back row, and it is a deep free ball. Rachel makes the pass. Taylor sends it over on second contact. Hopkinsville digs it up. They get a good set, an attack. Cameron's there for the block. Cameron's there for the joust. Play the ball back up. Caldwell sends the ball over on a shoot, and Hopkinsville cannot handle the dig. That was a nice little rally right there.
It sure was. There was good plays on both sides of the net that time.
You know, Hopkinsville is actually playing better than the score is showing as Rachel serves the ball again to Chandler. Hopkinsville's had several swings, and they've hit several of them deep, and that's cost them many points. Lexi gets a swing, is blocked. She plays it back up, and they set the ball to Cameron, and she gets the kill. Cameron
put that just at the right spot.
We call that a roll right over the block. Wasn't a big swing to it. It lands right in the middle of the court. Rachel steps back to serve again. Ball's up. She's serving really well. Hopkinsville did handle it. Send it back over on one ball, however, and this time Lexi tips, and she gets the kill on the tip over the block.
10-3, Caldwell County Lady Tigers, as the serve is working well right now.
Rachel Stewart steps back and serves the ball again. Serves it. She's serving it deep, and they're not able to get a real good pass off of it, even though they are handling it. They did get an attack from the right side that time. We passed the ball up, and Cameron rolled it. They set the back row again. Get a good swing. We play the ball up. Cameron gets another swing down the line, and nobody's there. Chandler was able to get a touch on the ball, but was not able to control it.
I don't know if this is a good analogy or not, but it seems like with the serves the last few, Hopkinsville's been on the defensive, just trying to get it back.
That's exactly right. She serves it again deep, and they never do get the ball into the front court, and they have to send a free ball over to us, which gives us a good opportunity for a good down ball from Sydney Riley. Hopkinsville's then again sending a free ball over, and this time they send it deep. And that's one thing, Frankie, in the game of volleyball, you do not want to send a free ball over. That's just handing it up to the opposing team to attack back. Rachel serves it again, and they're still not able to get a good pass. And another free ball out of the back row. Sydney makes a pass to Taylor. Taylor this time she sets Cameron on the outside, and she hits it deep.
Just across the line. It wasn't out by much, but I believe it was out.
Parker Parent, the line judge down there, she's earning her keep right now. She's had 3 close plays.
You know, that puts some players kind of on the spot sometime, doesn't it?
It sure does. Hopkinsville served the ball very aggressively from Adita level, and Hopkinsville's on the attack. We make the pass. Taylor gets a good set. Cameron tries to tip it over the block. No go this time. Joust at the net with Lexi Tays. She was able to play it back up. Shaden makes a good pass. Lexi gets the set. She swings. Hopkinsville handles it. Their middle attacks. Shaden handles the pass. Cameron gets the next swing, and that ball's going to go deep.
Another good volley by both teams there.
That was a good volley. And Lexi Tays and Hope Pace in Hopkinsville's middle are having a good battle there on several balls. And they serve the ball deep again, and nobody secures it, and she gets the ace. And that's something the coach doesn't want to see. JJ turns around and talks to the bench about it. Adia serves the ball up again. This time we play it up. Taylor gives a pass out to Lexi Tays. She gets a nice swing from the outside position and gets a kill.
That was an aggressive shot right there.
It was, and she was receiving on the outside because that's where she was in rotation, so she attacked there and then transitions to the middle where she plays. Cameron Cliff serves the ball up. Hopkinsville handles it. They get a swing, and they hit it in the net in the middle.
You know, I can see what you said earlier about somebody being left-handed, how important that would be, because you're so used to seeing most things come from the right-handed side.
That's exactly right, and you got to make a mental adjustment for those. As Cameron's serve is in play, we've got a rally going on. Elizabeth Taylor got a good swing. They made the pass on it, but could not control it. Elizabeth Taylor gets the kill. Cameron serves again. Hopkinsville's handling the receive pretty good, but they're not able to convert on their attacks. We have to send a free ball over to them. This is their opportunity. They do not make a good pass on the free ball and have to free it back to us. Rachel gives Taylor a good pass. Nice swing in the middle from Lexi, and she's having a nice night.
She sure is. That's 2 that she's, or maybe 2 in a row that she's really sent, and there's a timeout on the floor.
Score is 16-6. Caldwell County in total control, although, you know, the rallies are not indicative of what the score shows. Hopkinsville is actually rallying the ball pretty good. They're just making a few too many unforced type errors.
It's been a good match. It really has, or a good game in the match. And like you said, the score is not showing how Hopkinsville is playing. I think Caldwell County is just a little bit more aggressive and more able to get their offense set up, and Hopkinsville is on the defensive most of the time.
Yeah, in volleyball terms, we call that being in system. When we send a serve over, that even though they play the serve, they don't get it to their setter, consequently they're not able to attack back, then they're out of system. And they've been out of system most of the game, and Caldwell's receivers and passers have been able to get the ball in their setters' hands with a lot more efficiency. Consequently, the score reflects that.
You know, even the free ball that they got across, that Caldwell sent across, they didn't really get a good return on it.
That's exactly right. When you're forced to send a free ball, as Cameron steps back and gets her first ace of the night, when you're forced to send a free ball, there are certain places that you want it to go to try to get them out of system, even with a free ball. And the Caldwell's girls did a good job with that. Cameron serves the ball again. This time they get a decent pass, and they get a good set, and they're middle attacks. We play the ball up, but now we're out of system, and we send them a free ball. When Hopkinsville passes the ball up, they get another set, another good attack, and they score the point. And that's how you work it when you're in system.
They did a nice job on that one.
They did. Now Chandler Adams leaves the game for Hopkinsville as number 9. Chella Bell comes back in. And number 2 enters the game for Hopkinsville to step back to the service line, and that's Mary Tom Adams. And Hopkinsville's waiting for the signal to serve. She tossed and did not hit the ball, so that's considered a reserve. She can do that once, and then she gets the chance to reserve. She gets the serve in. We get the pass and the set. Elizabeth Taylor gets a nice swing out of that ball, but Hopkinsville plays it up, but is not in control. They do send it over. Another good pass. Lexi Tays gets the swing and the kill.
That was right in the corner, wasn't it?
That was right in the corner. It was a really nice swing. And sometimes we call those, Elizabeth Taylor gets a little bit of credit for that because she got them out of system with her good swing. And this time Taylor stepped back to the service line and she missed her first serve. Gives the ball back to Hopkinsville. As they rotate back, Kelsey Matter, who gave our freshman fits with her serve, steps back to serve to the JV, and she serves to Elizabeth Taylor. We still get a good, decent set out of it, and Shaden Allen gets a good swing on the outside and a kill.
Now you get 3 touches on your side, but if you can deflect it at the net, and that's not a touch.
If it's a block. If it's a true block, it's considered a non-touch. Lexi Tays steps back to serve, the score 19-8. She gets a good serve in. Hopkinsville is out of system. See what Caldwell can do with this free ball. Set to the middle, and Carly Peak gets a good swing, and they play it up. I think it just hit somebody. Taylor sets Carly again, and they're not going to play that one up. She will not be denied.
Did she hit that left-handed?
She did. She is left-handed.
Okay.
Yeah, Carly's a left hand, and a left hand in the middle is really a booger bear.
Because, you know, most people that are left-handed are very good with their right hand as well.
Yes, and she can tip the ball. Her power's with her left hand, but she can play with her right. As Lexi's serve is in, they send us a free ball. Don't get the best pass, but it tipped over. Hopkinsville couldn't secure it. Let's see what we can do on the attack. Shaden Allen gets the call. She gets a good swing. Hopkinsville plays it up. They send us a free ball back. Lexi has to go deep to get it. And we are going to get a bad set as Elizabeth Taylor is not able to run that ball down.
Just got it too close to the net and couldn't catch up to it.
Taylor Whalen was trying to make that set off of the forearm from deep court, and she just couldn't quite get it. Hopkinsville serves the ball in. Lexi struggles with the deep serve. Cameron calls for the ball as there's almost a collision with the setter, but we free it over. Hopkinsville's on the attack. Send a good down ball. Cameron's right there. Good set to Shaden Allen. Tips. Hopkinsville was able to get a hand on it, but they play it out of bounds, and that will be your ball game. 21-9 set match.
Good job there. I could hear them as soon as that come over the net saying out, so you like to hear that communication from your players.
Exactly. Good communication there. The JV actually looked very controlled. They ran a lot of different offense in front of them and behind them and had good ball control on most of what Hopkinsville sent. Hopkinsville actually played a lot of balls up, but just never could get on the attack consistently.
Well, we've had a freshman match, we've had a JV match, and we've got a varsity match coming up.
That's correct, and I've got some numbers here. JJ sent me some stats up here from the freshman match, just to give you some numbers of how the girls did. Caitlin Conway finished the night with 7 kills. Michaela Martin had 6 digs. Parker Parent, 3 kills. Grace Rowland, a dig. J.C. Travis, 2 kills. Mia Skinner, a dig. Brooklyn Hobwood, 2 kills. Addie Perkins, a dig. Emma Fagan, 3 kills. Savannah Tays, 2 kills and 16 assists. And what some of those terms mean, an assist, is when somebody sets a ball that directly results in a teammate getting a kill. And a dig is only considered, is only charted if it's from an attacked ball from the other team. If they send a free ball over, those are not charted as digs. And of course, a kill is any offensive effort that scores a point other than the serve. Of course, serves are counted as aces and points on serve. So freshmen had a good night. JVs also had a good night. Their scores were 21-6, 21-9, 1 and 2 sets. Some of the highlights from that match, Shaden Allen played the first match set with 5 aces. Taylor Whalen had 3 aces. Carly Peak ended the night with 8 kills. Cameron Cliff had 2. I'm sorry, that was Carly had 5 kills, and Lexi Tays had 5 kills. So it was a good night for the JV girls. And now we're before they start the varsity match, Frankie, they're going to do some activities concerning the pink event going on, and Allison Van Hooser's down there explaining the rules of their first game. They're serving at a hula hoop. If they land in the hula hoop, they get, I think it's a $100 prize is what she told me.
Well, I'd have a lot better chance of serving one to the hula hoop as I would getting a hula hoop to hula hoop around me.
I'd have to agree with you on that. I can't do that either. Although you look at those hula hoops out there, people think, oh yeah, I'm gonna go down there and win that. That's not as easy as it looks.
No, and then you throw in having to do it in front of a little bit of a crowd, and it's even worse.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit concerned. I saw Jordan Dunn over here chuckling when I said that. I think in his mind, he was thinking he'd like to see me try to hula hoop.
Yeah, maybe if somebody doesn't hit these hoops with the ball, we'll tell them you're going to come down and put on a show.
I don't think so. Not with the camera here. It's going to take more than $100, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it looks like Kennedy Thomas back there to sign the serve line. Allison's still calling numbers, trying to get folks to come in out of the crowd. I see Pam Reese standing up. Pam played a little volleyball, co-ed volleyball in her day. Kennedy Thomas plays club ball and Youth Incorporated ball. She's got as good a chance of hitting a hoop as anybody. I don't know the gentleman. Do you know him?
I think, is that Javante Riley? I may be wrong. I'm not sure.
There's Pam Reese.
And that is, that's Parker's parents'
mother. I thought that was, yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh, do I see Jason Oliver coming out? And I'm not sure who the...
I don't know who that is. They're still calling some numbers out of the crowd.
I'm going to do 2 more tickets. If no one stands up, we're going to play with these guys, okay? So 2 more.
I believe people have the tickets. They just afraid to come down.
454.
Yeah, they've seen this camera up here looking down at them.
Yeah, the first broadcast, and we're going all over the world. How about that?
That's exciting.
How about that?
That's exciting. Hey, these fans are going to get a little idea of what the girls go through, because during the match, coaches, I know Daniel calls in positions on the floor for the kids to serve at. So they're expected to hit these spots. This is a drill we do in practice, or did when I was coaching. I know Daniel does too. Put targets out there and try to hit them. So that's the reason they're not letting the kids participate.
I think Peggy Reed come out of the crowd. I saw her.
I do see her.
I did recognize who she was.
All right, there goes Jason. A good underhanded serve, and he misses. All right, Kennedy's going to step up here.
Kennedy Thomas, let's go, Kennedy.
Here comes Kennedy. She gets a good overhand serve. Not quite there. All right.
Let's go.
Here's Javante Riley, and he gets a serve, and he was close.
That was pretty close.
He's the closest one so far. Now Pam Reese is going to step up. See her serving ability. She does an underhanded serve, and she just misses as well. Now Jennifer Parent, Parker's mother, is going to step in. Pam Reese was Abby Reese's mother. Jennifer didn't get it over the net. What was her name?
I didn't catch it.
Oh, she didn't quite make it either. All right, scoot them kids in. We got some little bitty boys out there. Scoot them in. Did you catch the name?
Preston something.
He's a little bitty rascal. Come on, scoot him in.
Move him up.
Yeah,
There you
Allison's
go.
pulling him in. Take him all the way to the net, Allison. Let him hit that. Let him hit that one right there. Yeah, good try. And he tried it overhand.
He tried an overhand. He's been watching some volleyball somewhere.
Atta boy. Peggy Reed. Oh, she's the last hope. Here we go. And she don't quite clear the net. Peggy played quite a bit of co-ed volleyball back in her day as well as did Pam Reese. All right, Allison's changed the rules a little bit, trying to get this $100.
Can we get the
One.
slow clap going with the crowd?
There we go. Now she's getting them inspired. She's got the crowd clapping, and they're all trying to serve. Somebody's, oh, there's a couple of them real close.
We're giving anyways. Congratulations, guys. Thank you all.
All right, I don't think anybody actually went in. Oh, somebody hit it. Pam did. Pam Reese hit it. All right. Well, everybody was good-natured about it. Pam Reese won the $100. She's turned around Frankie and donated it back into the Relay for Life cause. That was very nice of Pam to do, knowing that tonight, that's what tonight's all about.
That's right. That's right. Lots of folks here, lots of the Dig Pink shirts. They sold 314 shirts, an $1,100 donation to Relay for Life. The Caldwell County Relay for Life usually takes place, I believe it's the second weekend in June. Most years it's at the Tiger Football Stadium, and people walk around the track. Real nice event, and they raise money for the it's for cancer research. I'm assuming it goes to the American Cancer Society. And nice event. It's nice to see these young ladies from Caldwell County. They've been doing this since 2008, raising money this way. And I think it's a good opportunity to get the kids knowing that there's things out there that's worth supporting. And of course, all of us know someone that it has or has cancer, battling cancer. And you know, when somebody has cancer, Sue, it becomes a battle.
It does, Frankie, and I know you all know that firsthand. Some of the experiences you've had this summer, and makes this night even more to heart. And as Allison's out there making the presentation right now with the big check, getting pictures made with donating the check. I guess they're still making pictures of the check with different folks. One thing I do want to point out, the very first year we did this, Frankie, it was actually Dig Pink, which is a trademark name. And the money, if you use that name, has to go to the Side Out Foundation, which is a very honorable program, and it goes to cancer research as well. After that first year, we opted to not use the Dig Pink logo and started doing just a pink event, so that because we wanted our money to go to the local Relay for Life, and that was the only reason for the change. It all goes to cancer research though, and it's all good cause. And real pleased with the turnout, the number of folks in the crowd that actually wearing their T-shirts that they purchased. 314 shirts that were sold by the Caldwell County volleyball team.
Looks like quite a few students over there.
Yeah, the section's filled up.
And I think some of them even have their hair colored.
Well, now that you said that, I think they do too. They're pink, aren't they?
Yeah.
They sure do. Well, that's good. That's good spirit, support, and for the girls, but it's good support for the cause too. And, I think now the teams will be organizing and starting to warm up for the varsity varsity match.
Tradition, each of our players is benefiting some way by cancer. We'd like to announce
what they're doing now is they're announcing the colors, as you mentioned before, Frankie, and each girl on the team actually lists someone and the color and the cancer that they're recognizing, whether it's be in memory of or honor of. This is going to be a pretty lengthy list with the number of girls.
It's always kind of somber when you hear all the names that's called. While they're doing this, we may go back to the station and let them take care of some business. So, Jordan, at this time, we'll just send it back to you.
In honor of John Mahan, colon cancer. In honor of
Hey, son, we paid your first and last month's rent.
The ball team is having. They have just announced who the players are playing in honor or in memory of. It's against Hopkinsville High School. The freshman teams have played, and Caldwell County won that match. The JV teams have played, and Caldwell County won that match. And the varsity team is going to play here in just a few minutes. We'd like to thank our newest sports sponsors, Caldwell County Chiropractic. They are now open and ready to serve you. It's Dr. Justin Mathis. He is located at 1011 West Main Street, Suite B. That's across from Honda of Princeton. He's got new office and new equipment. Most insurance is accepted. He proudly supports the Caldwell County Tigers, and he's open Monday through Friday. You do not need a referral, and most days they can get you in with the same day appointment. You can call 270-365-6777 to talk to the good folks there at Caldwell County Chiropractic. Also, sponsors we have, platinum sponsors tonight: Farmers Bank and Trust, Fredonia Valley Bank, First Southern National Bank, State Farm agent Larry Fawn, Planters Bank, and the Princeton Electric Plant Board. Our gold sponsors are McDonald's of Princeton, Trice Hughes Incorporated, the Woodall Agency, Caldwell Medical Center, Penny Ryle Rural Electric, Shelter Insurance Agent Clay Farless. We also have silver sponsors: Food Giant in Princeton, Princeton Drug Company, Napa Auto Parts, A Touch of Grace Christian Books and Gifts, Coleman Shoe Shop and Carharth Apparel, Wildcat Liquors, Ziobros Weddings and Formals, Capitol Cinemas, Casey's General Store, Feather Your Nest Linens and Stuff, Treasures Remembered Florist and Greenhouse, and Bella Marie Boutique. Once again, as we mentioned,
Hey, son, we paid your first and
1580 AM. We're also, you can go to Facebook, and it's called WPKY Online, and that puts us all on the World Wide Web. This is the first volleyball game that we've had on WPKY, and if you have been listening to this evening's broadcast, please thank all these sponsors. Thank WPKY for having this on the air and putting it on the web the way they do. I think that's a real nice thing, and we're very proud that we still have our community radio station, and WPKY wants to be a big part of the Tiger community, and we sure do appreciate the folks that do that. It takes quite a bit of work to put these events on, and we're glad that WPKY is on the air and able to do that. We're probably a couple of minutes away. Do we need to go back to the station, Jordan? And we're going to go back to the station, and we'll be back with you in a few minutes.
Hey, son, we paid your first and last month's rent on your new apartment.
That is so awesome.
Uh-huh.
And we got you this.
A shelter renter's policy?
Helps cover your stuff if the place catches fire.
You know, or is broken into.
Helps cover your computer, TV.
Your fancy schmancy bicycle.
So they'll help me replace stuff.
That's the idea.
Have fun, son.
I thought he'd never leave.
Whew, that makes two of us.
Shelter's Renter's Insurance. It lets you get on with your life and lets your folks get back to theirs. ShelterInsurance.com.
Call Clay Farless, your shelter insurance agent, at 365-6214.
Trice in Princeton is excited to announce that we now have a full line of genuine GM parts and accessories for your car, truck, or SUV. Put on a set of 20-inch chrome wheels or chrome assist steps that offer looks and accessibility.
As the pink event volleyball game tonight between the Caldwell County Lady Tigers and the Hopkinsville Tigers. We're a few minutes away from having the varsity game. The Caldwell County Lady Tigers have won the freshman game. They also won the JV game. They won both of those matches 2-0. Did not require a third game. I think they play 2 out of 3 tonight. Is that correct, Sue?
Yeah, typically for varsity it'll be a 3 out of 5, but because of the extended activities, both coaches agreed that tonight they'd do a 2 out of 3 so that at Hopkinsville won't have to travel late home. Little recap on the season for both these teams. Hopkinsville right now has a record of 2 wins and 9 losses. Their wins came earlier in the season against Todd County Central, and also they beat Trigg County. A highlight for their season so far is they went 4 sets with Christian County, which is a perennial power in their district, and to take them to 4 sets is a feather in their cap. But they've come up on the short end on their other matches so far this season. Caldwell County's record, on the other hand, is 14-4. They've got off to a really good start, finishing up with the All-A state tournament this past weekend where they went 4-2. Caldwell's losses have come at the tournament in Apollo against Bowling Green. They lost to Davies County, who's a strong team out of Owensboro, and then the 2 losses at the All-A state tournament, Walton Verona, a Northern Kentucky school, and then Lexington Christian Academy out of Lexington. So these teams are a lot different in the opponents they play, but they come together every year for this one cause and a good spirit of competition and trying to get the community involved and more awareness toward breast cancer and all cancers, really. Hopkinsville only has 1 senior, Frankie. They're a very young team, as we've already seen. Most of their JV team was also the kids that played freshmen, and I'm going to take a wild guess and say we're going to see some of those kids again here in the varsity match.
Well, I think we will. They're getting a lot of experience, and just looking at the players on both sides of the net right now, of course, Caldwell County has quite a few more. I don't think we saw any freshmen play in the JV contest for Caldwell County, did we? There
was 2 girls that are true freshmen in grade, but they did not play on the freshman team. So we had nobody that doubled up with freshmen and JV. However, I believe you're going to find that in the varsity there's going to be a couple of those kids that played JV will play varsity. And one of the main reasons for that, like any sport, JV is an opportunity for kids to fine-tune some of their skills, but in volleyball, what typically we do is like, for example, you'll have Cameron Cliff, who came in and played front row, was an outside hitter on the JV, which is probably a role she'll have to fill next year. But for the varsity this year, she's playing predominantly a DS, which is a defensive position, mainly back row. So she'll play probably in the varsity match under a different
You know
role.
that horrible feeling you get when you realize your debit card is not in your wallet or on your desk or anywhere? I'm Ty Engelbrand with First Southern National Bank, and you no longer need to worry. All account holders now have the ability to temporarily turn debit cards on and off using our new mobile banking app. Download our new app today to start using mobile deposit, debit card on-off, and many more great features.
Some of the other players, I'm not sure if there'll be too many others that came in. Carly Peak played very well for the JV, as did Lexi Tays. They have been in varsity matches. Whether they'll be in tonight, I don't know. They've not come in a regular role. A lot less sharing of players for these 2 teams.
And we've mentioned this before, but in the freshman and the JV game, the freshman game, Hopkinsville was very competitive in. Both of those games were very competitive. The score wasn't quite as indicative in the JV contest. They played pretty well.
They did.
They just, most of the time, they were kind of defensive, and Caldwell County was better able to get into their offensive sets. And I don't know a lot of the technical things about volleyball, but Caldwell was able to get into offensive sets, and if there was a weakness on Hopkinsville's side, that kind of exposed it for the Lady Tigers of Caldwell County. So,
and you assessed it exactly right, Frankie. Regardless of the terminology, you hit the nail on the head. You recognize what's going on out there in the game. Caldwell and Hopkinsville had some good rallies where the ball was in play for several touches, but Hopkinsville never was in control. They never did get in system, whereas Caldwell was in system most of the time. And as you worded it, they was able to get their play sets going, and that was the difference in the game. Hopkinsville was never really able to attack. They stayed on the defensive and consequently made more unforced errors than Caldwell. Caldwell's varsity squad has 7 seniors, counting the late addition of a foreign exchange student. And I don't want to butcher her name, but she came in a little later in the year, but was added to the team. So that made 7 seniors. So that all by itself adds the numbers. And there's several juniors. I think there's 7 juniors.
When you realize your debit card is not in your wallet or on your desk or anywhere. I'm Ty Engelbrecht with First Southern National Bank, and you no longer need to worry. All account holders now have the ability to temporarily turn debit cards on and off using our new mobile banking app. Download our new app today to start using mobile deposit, debit card on/off, and many more great features. First Southern National Bank, member FDIC.
Hello, listener who listens to the radio. When was the last time you listened to your taste buds? Say, ah. Crazy. Your taste buds are experiencing an intense case of the we need a sip of our favorite drink in the whole wide world. For only $1, there's a refreshing cure for that. Listen to your taste buds. They love what you really love. The unique taste of Coca-Cola at McDonald's. Now get any size icy cold Coca-Cola or soft drink for just $1. Prices and participation may vary.
Hey, son, we paid your first and last month's rent on your new apartment.
That is so awesome.
And we got you this.
A shelter renter's policy?
Helps cover your stuff if the place catches fire.
Or is broken into.
Helps cover your computer, TV.
The fancy schmancy bicycle.
So they'll help me replace stuff.
That's the idea.
Have fun, son.
I thought he'd never leave.
Whew, that makes 2 of us.
Shelter's Renter's Insurance. It lets you get on with your life and lets your folks get back to theirs. ShelterInsurance.com.
Call Clay Farless, your shelter insurance agent, at 365-6214.
Tri-Hughes in Princeton is excited to announce that we now have a full line of genuine GM parts and accessories for your car, truck, or SUV. Put on a set of 20-inch chrome wheels or chrome assist steps that offer looks and accessibility. Have little people around? We can install a rear backup camera in your vehicle for added safety. Mom have a birthday coming up? Give her a remote starter. She is sure to love it. Or give Dad some all-weather floor mats for those muddy days on the farm. Call Shauna today for all your accessory needs. 270-365-5522. Tri-Hughes Incorporated in Princeton.
Public Power Today is an important American institution, an expression of the idea of local people working together to meet local needs. It lights up homes, businesses, and streets with public power, electricity coming from a community-owned and operated facility. Their purpose is to provide reliable and safe, not-for-profit electricity at a reasonable price. They exist to serve you, their fellow citizens, friends, and neighbors, and their loyalty is to their customers. Princeton Electric Plant Board continues to make Princeton a great place to live and work. They are hometown energy working for you.
We only go around once in life, so think about this for a minute. Taco John's new Buffalo Crunchy Chicken Burrito takes crunchy chicken, zesty nacho cheese, cool sour cream, potato olays, and more, gives it a blast of TJ's Buffalo sauce, and wraps it all in a red Buffalo blue cheese tortilla. Someday when you're old and frail, you'll really regret not having one. So grab life by the burritos and get yourself to Taco John's, the Buffalo Crunchy Chicken Burrito. Taco John's. Unwrap the original.
Hello, this is Jeff McDaniels, President CEO of Farmers Bank and Trust Company, and I want to take this opportunity to tell you about our next step. Many of you may have heard of our NXT student account, the account designed for students entering college or the workforce away from home to continue to bank with their hometown bank. Now we are taking the next step in introducing our NXT brand of electronic and online solutions. NXT is designed to do all of your banking anywhere, anytime, using either your smartphone, tablet, or computer. Also, be on the lookout for our brand new website rolling out this fall. While we still prefer to see your smiling faces, just know that our NXT solutions give you the flexibility to bank from anywhere, anytime. Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Caldwell County's High School's Community Activities Building. It is the pink event for the Caldwell County Lady Tigers. We're just probably a few minutes away from the start of the varsity game between the Caldwell County Lady Tigers and the Hopkinsville Lady Tigers. We welcome you to WPKY 1580, and we also welcome anyone that's gone to Facebook and is on WPKY online. This is the first time we've had volleyball on, and we certainly appreciate WPKY for doing that, and it gives an opportunity to expose the community to our volleyball program here. I'm Frankie Brown, Sue Stone, who was the coach at Caldwell County. Is this the first year that you haven't been the head coach?
That's correct. I resigned after last season. And Daniel Kortner, of course, took my place, and he hasn't missed a beat. Picked up right where we left off. And he's done a good job, and I'm excited about being part of this broadcast, and appreciate WPKY asking me and you doing it with me.
Well, I appreciate you asking me to do it. We mentioned earlier this pink event, brings awareness to cancer, and always a good opportunity. It means I've been involved in it several years, coming and announcing, but means just a little bit more this year.
Absolutely.
As my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer in March and has gone through treatments and surgery, and is doing very well, but it looks like we're fixing to line up here for the national anthem.
That'll be sung by Lexi Tays, the volleyball player for Caldwell County. She does an outstanding job as she prepares to sing.
KFC and A&W of Princeton are longtime proud supporters of Caldwell County Tiger and Lady Tiger sports. Located at 301 Marion Road, KFC and A&W is open Sunday through Thursday, 10:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Stop by and enjoy some of the world's best chicken, hot dogs, burgers, root beer, and more. Phone 365-9988. KFC and A&W of Princeton, proud supporters of Caldwell County Tiger sports.
When you're a good person, good things usually come your way. But what about when you're a good driver? Allstate thinks you should be rewarded for that too. That's why they have DriveWise. Just plug in the DriveWise device and get the rewards you deserve. The better you drive, the bigger your savings, up to 30%. Are you in good hands?
This is Fred Foltz. Call me today at the Woodall Agency, 365-5541. You'll be glad you did.
You can always expect great things at Planters Bank. When we say expect great things, what we're really saying is Planters Bank is here to provide the financial services you need. Planters Bank believes in the strength of our community and is a full-service financial institution. Our employees have a true passion for helping our neighbors, and it shows. See Jake Pepper and the rest of the Planters Bank staff at 208 North Jefferson. Planters Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, great job, Lexi Tays. She's been singing that for us for the last 2 or 3 years, and she does an outstanding job.
She sure does. I think she does quite a bit of singing, doesn't she?
I think she does. She's had a lot of success. Good kid, too. Caldwell and Hopkinsville prepare to take the floor. They'll be back on the court. Hopkinsville will play again. Their next match will be Saturday at Lady Hornet Invitational Tournament at Metcalfe County. And Caldwell County will be back on the floor Thursday with a district home match against Madisonville North Hopkins, and that, Frankie's going to determine if they get the #1 seed going into the district tournament, which is very critical.
Having the starting lineup for the Hopkinsville Lady Tigers. And now we'll have the Caldwell County Lady Tigers.
Number 2, senior, Abby Reese.
I believe number 2, Abby Reese.
Abby Reese.
Alizea Sims. Number 18.
Allie Sims, also a senior. Lacey Vinson, a senior. John Renee Waddington, a senior.
Alexis George.
21, Alexis George, a senior. Katie Van Hoosier, a junior. And Bailey Oliver, a junior. And Carly Prowl has on the Barrow jersey, will also be named with the starting lineup. Senior heavy on this squad, and several juniors as well. They come in with quite a bit of experience. Lacey and Lexus both been playing since at the varsity level, since sophomores, as has Allie, Katie, and Bailey Oliver both got playing time as freshmen. They've got a lot of experience out there.
They do, and I was just sitting here thinking, I know it's a game and anything can happen, but I think we might see that senior leadership and that senior experience play a big part in this game tonight. I think we kind of saw that in the freshmen and the JV as well, and I think we'll see it in this varsity game tonight. Looks like some kind of
throwing pink volleyballs into the crowd.
Pink volleyballs thrown in the crowd. Boy, everybody loves when you throw some kind of ball in the crowd,
They
don't
sure do. I saw a couple of them bouncing off of 2 or 3 people. A lot of them run over there and toss it directly to somebody, but that's fun too. And
you know, you always seem, it seems to me too, that there's always a lot of good sportsmanship showed in volleyball at these, and especially at this event, but I don't recall ever being at one, where anything got heated. Now, you may have seen some things where it gets heated, but
afraid I have. But by and large, it's not too bad of a sport in that regard. There's a lot of camaraderie, and like you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, these kids develop friendships, that last them a long time. And a lot of these kids play club ball with each other. I know number 18 over here, they're the lone senior on Hopkinsville's team, Mallory Neighbors. She played club ball with Lacey and Alexis and Abby this past year, and Carly Prowl. So, there's a friendship there, but there's healthy competition too. And the ball is up as Hopkinsville gets the first serve. Bailey Oliver handles the pass. Katie sets Alizea Sims, and she tips it over. Hopkinsville handles it. They get a set. Attack the ball. Bailey Oliver makes another good pass. Katie sets Allie again, and Allie this time gets a good swing, and that makes the difference.
And it's a little bit quicker. The speed of the game is a little bit quicker than what we've seen in the JV and the freshmen. You could see that off that first set.
Absolutely right, and that's the whole point. The goal of the varsity is to keep the game moving fast. Katie Van Hoover steps back and serves the ball. Hopkinsville makes a pass. They get a down ball. Bailey's able to handle it. Katie sets Alexis George, who gets a really good swing. They play the ball up and over the net and out of bounds. That was a nice swing. Alexis played middle the last 3 years, but now she's been moved to the right side, and she's very effective over there. Katie serves the ball again. Hopkinsville's not able to get as much control. Gets a good swing, though. Bailey sends the ball up. We do not get a good set, but we do get a tip over. Hopkinsville handles it. Katie passes it to Alexis, who sets Abby Reese. Gets a good swing. They overpass. Alexis gets the kill.
Nice job that time. Several good volleys, but once again, it seems like Caldwell County was more on the offensive, and Hopkinsville was just trying to get it back across.
You're exactly right. Katie starts it off with a really good aggressive serve. They have to tip the ball back over. Ball's handled easily by Katie on the first ball, and Ricky People did not like the way Alexis handled that pass.
Something didn't look.
He called a lift, which he felt like that she received that ball from the pass just a little low and had a little prolonged contact with her fingers, and he called her for the lift. Hopkinsville gets to serve. Carly Proud passes it to Katie. Katie sets Abby Reese, gets a good swing. Hopkinsville's not able to get a good pass. Back in play, however, and they hit it into the net.
Most of them hit it with fingertips, is that right?
The setter handles it with their fingertips. That's where the most sets come from. You have the most control with your fingertips, and officials are really particular about how that ball lays on them hands. Abby Reese steps back to the serve, gets the ball over. Down ball from Hopkinsville. Pass up to Katie. Katie sets Allie Sims. Allie gets a really nice swing down the line and gets her a kill.
She put that one across. She meant to slap that one in there, didn't she?
She did. That was a good swing, and anytime an outside hitter can go down the line like that, that's a real effective place to attack the ball. Abby's got the ball up again. Pass is made. They set the ball to their middle. She pushes it deep. KP's there. Katie's not able to get her hands on it, but still gets a good set ball up, and Bailey Oliver gets in the game.
That was a nice, I don't know if it was drew up that way, but that was a nice play.
Well, it was a little out of system in that Katie couldn't get her hands on it, but she's got such good control even with when she has to fist the ball up. She's intentionally set that ball. Abby serves it again, passes up there, outside attacks. KP goes to her knees. Abby Reese has to help out. Allie Sims sends a deep ball, free ball over. Hopkinsville's on the attack. Mallory attacks it from the deep back row. Bailey Oliver comes back at him again with the kill. Notice Hopkinsville set their play up for their back row attack, but our girls were ready there and made the good pass. Abby serves it again. Hopkinsville's on the attack. They're outside, gets a good swing. KP's right there. Katie Van Hooser makes the set. Allie. This time they get a block. However, Allie hit it hard enough for Frankie that it goes back up and out of court, almost up into the stands.
Caldwell County is really aggressive, I think, when they set that thing up, and they really go for the kills.
That's the intent, is keep that ball moving. As Abby gets her first ace of the game, they want to control it with speed, and they want to throw different offenses at you. They're not going to set the same person every time. Already we've had 4 different hitters involved in the game as the score's 9-1. Abby serves it deep again, gets them out of system. They send us a free ball, pass to Katie, this time ball to Bailey Oliver. She tips it, and then they send an overpass, and Bailey finishes it off with a good sweep. Her first tip got them out of system enough to set her up for the kill. And Abby is on a roll. Ball's up, serves it in, they make the pass. This time the setter tries to tip it in, and she does. And you know what, Frankie, she did that was really good. Our defensive people are not supposed to be fooled by it, but she did a good job. The setter had her hands up as though she was going to set that ball, and we slipped into our defensive position and didn't watch that ball through like we should. Good play by their setter. Okay, as Hopkinsville steps back and she serves the ball out of bounds, they did not need that. From Chella Bell, with the score being 11-2, they can't afford too many service errors. Carly Prowse steps back, serves the ball. As Hopkinsville makes the pass, gets the set. Mallory Neighbors, now they've got the big girl on the front row, and she steps up there and gets the kill.
Somebody got a hand on that to block it. They just couldn't.
Yeah, we got a deflection on it, and which is a good thing because now Mallory knows they're there, and she's going to be aware of that the next time she takes a swing. They step back and serve the ball. That was Orlando Tyler. This time Lacey Vincent gets the nod, and she gets a kill.
They sure seem like they have fun playing together.
They do. They have a lot of fun, and you know, it's a game. If you're not having fun, why do it? It's kind of what I've always thought. But they're serious about it, too. It means something, and they're intensely loyal to themselves and to their coaches and to their team. Libby Griggs comes in the game. She steps back and serves the ball. And the setter tries it again. This time KP says no way. Katie sets the ball up. Lacey Vincent gets another swing. They play it up. Not in good control. They do get a swing. We get a touch on the block. Lacey passes it up, and we have to send them a free ball. But it was a good free ball. They send it back over. Laurie Kortner makes a pass. Katie sets it behind her as Bailey Oliver comes back for the slide. Hoppersville makes a good play on that ball. They have to tip the ball over. Katie sets it up again. Lacey Vincent gets her name in the books. That was a good rally. Hoppersville did a good job playing those balls.
It was. There was a good dig on that to keep that going. That was excellent.
Still having a little control, but I thought that was a double contact, but Ricky Peepool didn't seem to think so, didn't blow the whistle. Katie sets Bailey Oliver, and she pushes it deep, and this time it goes out of bounds.
Now, one of the difference in the varsity, you don't have players doing the line judging.
Absolutely. Have adults do the line judging. There's too much pressure there for the players. And Jason Oliver's line judging for on this side of the court, and Mona Van Hooser on the other side, both very seasoned volleyball parents. And
well, the speed of the game's a little quicker than the JV and the freshmen. And
That's right. Hopkinsville just missed their serves. The ball's back over here to Bailey Oliver, and she serves it deep. That's not what the coach wants to see. And it's going to happen. Like I said before, they serve aggressive, and when you serve aggressive, you're going to miss a few serves. Mallory Neighbors steps back, scores 14-5 Caldwell, and she serves a good ball. Carly Prowl handles it. Set goes to Lacey Vinson, and the ball is on the line as Lacey gets her third kill of the night. Now she rotates back to the service position. Allie Sims comes back in the game. And you notice that Carly Prowl ran off the libero because she's exchanging in and out for those outside hitters. Lacey serves the ball in. They get a good swing from their middle hitter. We play it up. We're going to have to send them a free ball, though. Now, if they can control this, it'll give them an advantage. They get the ball up behind them. Good right side attack. She makes an unforced error. The ball goes out of bounds. And she is disappointed. That is Carolyn Beamer. She had a wide open look and just missed it. Lacey steps back to serve it again. Some discussion at the table. Lacey gets the whistle and the ball is in play. Not a good pass. Shanks it into the net, and Lacey gets an ace. Lacey steps back to the service line again, gets the whistle. The ball is up and in play. Serves it short. That's hard for them to handle. Bailey makes a good pass to Katie. Katie attacks it on her own. They play it up, however, and now Mallory Neighbors from deep back court gets a good swing. We're running it down, and it's not going to be a good chance to get this one in, and Mallory gets a kill.
That was a great effort to try to get it, but that was going to be one good hit to get it all the way across.
It really was, and I don't know if you could hear Coach Kortner yelling back there as they left the court. You know, he yells 40 feet, letting them know how far that ball's got to go.
No kidding.
They was 10 foot off the court, and the court's 30 foot deep. Hopkinsville serves the ball. That was a nice serve coming from number 22, Sydney Hill, and she gets an ace, her first ace of the game, and the first against Caldwell. Hopkinsville now 7-17, got a ways to go. Sydney steps back there, serves it again. This time Carly Prowl handles it. Katie gets a good back set up to Abby Reeves. Abby tips it over. Hopkinsville's on the attack. Good swing from their outside. KP handles it. Alizea coming at them, and they're not going to play that ball up.
Tell you what, when she gets set, she can put it down, can't she?
And you watch her when the ball's being rallied. She's stepped back there in her position. We call it a load position. She's just waiting for the ball, counting on her teammates to do their jobs. Katie Van Hooser steps back to the service line, and she is an aggressive server, and she aces that first ball. And I don't know if you could see it, but that ball just felt like it fell out of the sky. Katie gives a lot of fits to opposing teams. She has a nice float serve. Not a lot of movement. This time she went deep. They can't hardly handle it, and they're not going to get it over, and they're going to get them another ace.
20-7.
This game goes to 25, unlike the freshman and JV games. Varsity
it goes to 25.
Will go to 25. And this time Katie serves it out. Hopkinsville gets another chance.
She was moving that serve around every time, wasn't she? One time it was short.
And Coach is calling those serves in. Players are trying to hit the spots that he calls in. And Katie does a good job of that. Unfortunately for Hopkinsville, Carolyn Beamer steps back and serves it deep as well.
They've had several serves that have been out.
They have. They've served at least 3 out, and they can't afford that when they're trying to make up a lot of ground. Laurie Kortner steps back to serve now, 21-8 Caldwell. Ball's in play. Setter tries to tip it. The R1 did not like her attempt. He called her for a lift. I'm not sure I agree with it, but didn't matter because she hit it into the net. We get the point anyway. All right, Kortner serves it again. They play it up. Set to the outside. She swings cross court. Alizea Sims handles the ball. Katie sets Alexis George. She gets a good swing. Ball right back over on one hit. We passed it back over on an overpass, and now Bailey Oliver is on the attack. Hopkinsville handles it. Mallory Neighbors from the back row tries it again. This time she hits it in the net. They're getting some good swings from their outside. Allie Boyd has made
Boy, that was a good serve there.
That was a good serve. That was right on the line. Jason Oliver right on top of that.
That one got back there and it just started diving. I think it had some knuckle action on it.
Yeah, look how that ball's just floating. It does not have a lot of rotation. It's doing all kinds of movement. That ball hit the antenna, which is considered out of bounds, and that will end the first set. Those antennas are sticking up like that, Frankie. They're 3 foot above the net. The ball has to be completely inside those antennas to be considered in play. So if a player comes off the court and hits it on the outside of those antennas and it lands on the court, it is still considered out of bounds. So that's one of the things these line judges are watching for. That ball actually hit the antenna, which is, again, is out of play. Caldwell wins that set 25-8.
What happens if a ball is hit high enough to hit into the rafters? Is that considered out, or can it bounce around up there and come down and you still play it?
If it hits the rafters or the ceilings or anything considered part of the ceiling and stays on your side of the court, if it's not the third contact, then your team can continue play. If it hits the ceiling and goes over the net into the other team's play, then it's considered out of bounds. Also, if it hits the ceiling on the third contact, under any circumstance, it's going to be out of play because that ball has to go over the net. And that really is not much of an issue here at the Cab. This is a great place to play volleyball, good high ceilings, a lot of open space, a lot of places to go run the ball down. When we was at the Butler, it was a significant game changer. In fact, part of our strategies was, we knew how to play in a small gym and other teams didn't. We also knew how to play in the heat and other teams didn't when we had no air conditioning over there. But it's a lot different here, and there's really not any impact by the facility to the game.
I can remember taking a basketball team to a little gym one time. I don't know exactly, maybe over to Clay, and it was one of those that it had the dotted line on the floor because there wasn't enough room for out of bounds between there. And I don't know how many we had a real good 7th grade team that year, but we did not make that adjustment. Right. I spent my whole first half trying to teach the kids how to play in that because, you'd have to throw the ball in and then you had to establish across the dotted line and then the floor extended. Well, we would throw it back to the guy that had thrown it in bounds and he thought he was in bounds and he hadn't established back in. And so, sometimes there's big advantages when you know how to play in those situations.
That's exactly right. One thing they do in volleyball and it is they do switch sides every set. And that if there is some sort of an advantage due to a court situation to one side over another, that's supposedly going to equalize that, not make an impact on the match. In the old days when you played to 15, when you switch in the third set, you switched at 8 points, which we don't do that anymore.
I thought I remembered that.
Now colleges still do it, club still does it.
How do you determine which team gets the first serve?
That's done by coin toss at the beginning of the game.
Okay.
They have a captain's meeting just like they do with any other sport. They do a coin toss to determine which team serves first. And used to, they'd say the team that loses the coin toss could pick their bench, but anymore it's just pretty much etiquette that the home team picks their bench regardless. and you go to a tournament or something, you flip a coin to see who's home, so that's really a non-issue. With the switching of benches, it doesn't really matter at this point.
So now that this is a second game, does the same team get to serve first, or do you alternate?
Hopkinsville serve first.
Okay.
And so this time Caldwell will serve first. And Katie Vandenhuser will step back there to serve the first ball. She serves it deep. They struggle with it. They do play it up, come back at us from the back row. Katie has to take the first ball, which means somebody else has to set it. And John Renee Wallington sets the ball, and Allie is able to get a kill, which is not a big adjustment for John Renee because she was a setter up until this year, most of her career. She switched to DS this year, so that's not a big switch for her. Katie serves it again. Ball in play. They overpass it, and Alexis George takes care of business and puts that ball down for a nice kill on the overpass. That's one thing you don't want to do, Frankie, as a receiver, is you don't want to set that ball right back up over the net for that front row on the opposite team. Katie serves again, handcuffs the receivers. Ball's up above the net. We have a joust, plays up on our side. Abby goes up to attack it. Here comes Hopkinsville. Katie makes a pass again. Alexis sets the ball this time, and Abby Reese attacks the ball. Hopkinsville attacks back from the outside. Bailey Oliver passes the ball up. Katie pushes it out to Allie, and Allie ends the rally.
She's done it again.
She did. She ended the first set she had 4 kills in the first set, and she started off this second set with her first kill here. Katie goes back to serve again and gets an ace.
And it's just like any sport, boy, getting that good start early in the game. 4 points up on the board for the Caldwell Lady Tigers.
Yeah, that's true. Getting that lead, getting out there early is real important to momentum. Hopkinsville attacks the ball. They had a joust at the net. We played it up. Katie hits the ball deep, but this time it goes out of bounds, and Hopkinsville gets the chance to serve now. And the score is 4-1. We like to play the game, and we do it in sets of 5. We tell our girls, you play 5 points at a time. Oh, my goodness.
That ball hit the net and just crawled it. It crawled over it and down it.
There's no way that ball should have went up. Alexis was right there, and it never did get to her. And they're proud of that. See if she can do it again. This time she serves it deep, and it goes out of bounds on the sideline. Carly Prowl lets it go.
So you tell them to play to 5.
We try to get them to break the game down.
Yeah.
And you play to 5. If you're the first one to 5,
and
then
you've
won that little game.
That's
now
right.
You're going to play another game to 5. We do that all the way. It's 5 sets to 5. To get 25 points.
I think that's a good strategy.
Abby Reese steps back to serve, gets that first ball in, outside attack, and she gets a good swing, and Carly Prowl is not able to handle the ball. And that was number 9 for Hopkinsville. Chella Bell gets her first kill of the night. They've not gotten a lot of kills. Of course, they only scored 8 points in the first set. Even though they did have some good rallies and got some good attacks, they just weren't able to get the ball to land on the floor. Now Chella steps back over to the service line. Ball's up, and she serves aggressive again, and this time it goes out of bounds to the side.
Boy, a number of times they've served it, and Caldwell County didn't even have to really defend it at all because it wasn't even in the court.
Yeah, that's just easy points. You don't give those away if you can help it. Carly Prowl steps back to the service line. She comes in, the setter tries to tip it. Carly's out right there ready for it. Ball goes out to Lacey Vincent as the R1 calls the net violation. I didn't see the number he gave.
I think it was 18, but I'm not sure.
All right. Carly goes back and serves the ball again. This time she gets the ace.
I don't know if it was over or under the net.
Yeah, it could have been touching the net. That's what I thought she had called, but it could have been under it.
Ace.
All right, Carly Prowl's on a roll right now.
Sent that one about halfway back on the court, and nobody adjusted.
Carly serves again. This time they get a decent pass to get the ball up. And Hopkinsville gets the kill, and that's coming from Orlando Tyler. Seems like every time one of them get a kill, they rotate back to the back row. She moves back to the service line. Orlando does. She serves the ball up, and she gets a good serve in. Laurie passes it. Katie gets the ball up to back row. Carly Prowse shoots it deep. Hopkinsville passes it up. Mallory Neighbors comes up, takes a big swing. She's begging for a touch at the net. None of the line judges saw it, neither did the officials, and they're not going to give it to her.
I didn't see it either.
Well, they must have called a touch because they gave the ball back. They gave the ball back to Hopkinsville, so here we go.
Well, I didn't think anybody gave the sign that they saw it.
I didn't either. Lacey Vinson gets a swing, and this time she hits it in the net. And sometimes you have a little distraction like that, and it'll cause you to lose focus for a play or two. Girls are going to have to regroup and get back in this game. Orlando serves it again, and she does it for them by serving it deep. That's their third service ace of this set. Hopkinsville really cannot afford too many of those. Libby Griggs has entered the game for Alexis George, and she steps back to the service line. See if she can get us back on track. Libby gets serve up and in. And Hopkinsville didn't get the best pass. The setter tries to send it on over and hits it into the net. Libby goes back to the service line. Ball is up. Serves again. And she gets an ace. I can't see the signals that Coach Kortner's calling in to Libby, but she looks very deliberately to be serving to that one spot on the court. We call that the 5-hole. And she's hit it twice. Let's see if she goes there again. She's trying to, and she scores another ace. Coach from Hopkinsville may have to make some kind of a change to make Libby go someplace else.
Well, I was going to say, if you find a spot that's struggling, you just attack it, right?
You keep going to it. There's no reason to change. And she does. That's exactly what Libby does. This time she gets a good pass off, though, and they get an attack from the outside. It's blocked by Bailey and Katie, and they give us a free ball to work with. Katie gets the ball, gives a shoot out there to Lacey, and Lacey gets a kill. And I don't know if you noticed that, Frankie, but that ball was not set very high. Katie put it up, and when she sent it out there to Lacey, it was just above the net. Lacey was moving to come attack it before it ever left Katie's hand. It's called a shoot. Real effective speed play. Libby serves again. There's an overpass, and Bailey Oliver takes care of business. And Libby is on a roll. She is doing her job as a designated server.
And a lot of that just comes from these girls playing together a lot, doesn't it?
It does. And of course, like I said, Coach Kortner calls the serves in, and but you got to be able to hit it. Good job, Katie. Got the pancake, but they're not able to get it over on the third contact and called for 4. Katie dove on the floor and put her hand on the floor, and the ball bounced off her hands, called a pancake, and that is a legal play. Had we been able to send it over on the next contact, that would have been to our advantage. Hopkinsville serves the ball. Nice aggressive serve. KP has trouble with it, and she loses the ball out of bounds, and they get an ace. This is number 1, Sarah Cavanaugh for Hopkinsville, and that's their second ace of this set. And the score is 15-8. She jump serves this time, and John Renee Wadlington's not able to handle it, so he gets her second ace of the set. All right, Caldwell has to regroup. All right, they look at each other, say, I've got it. Here we go. Another serve. This time Carly Prowl handles it. Katie's got the ball up to Bailey Oliver for a back set. Bailey gets the kill. Katie does a good job of mixing up her offense. She has a hitter out there, Lacey Vinson, right out in front of her. They already know Lacey can hit the ball. Katie's moving toward her when the pass comes. Defensively, they think she's going to set Lacey. Katie sets the ball behind her. Bailey Oliver gets a free swing. No blockers. That's real good. Katie's got real good hands and does a good job of that. Cameron Cliff entered the game, serves the ball up. They make a good pass on it. Mallory Neighbors gets a good swing. It's blocked, but she plays it back up, and Lacey can't handle. And the ball is out of bounds for Hopkinsville. That was a good reaction on Mallory. She got blocked on her swing and just swung at it and got it to go over the net. Mallory steps back to serve, and she serves it out of bounds. Their fourth serving error of the set.
Just at the last moment, they decided to let that one go, and it was long.
Lacey Vinson serves the ball. They pass it up. Setter gets it up to their back row. Mallory swings, and the ball is out of bounds. Lacey steps back to the service line.
You know, some of those misses might go back to a while ago when one tried to have a kill and those defenders were up there. You're trying to adjust and you just go wide.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They see blockers in front of them. They're trying to avoid defense, and like we mentioned earlier, sometimes a blocker just gets a touch on the ball. The hitter knows that, and sometimes tries to compensate and makes them swing wide. Hopkinsville serves the ball. John Renee passes to Katie. Katie sets behind her to Abby Reese, who gets a really nice swing on the ball, but it just goes wide out of bounds, and there are no touches on the play. It was out of bounds, but it was still a very nice swing. Hopkinsville steps back. That's Madison Bourne, who's serving the ball right now. She serves it again. That's a good serve. I don't know how John Renee got it up. It wasn't a good pass, but Katie tips it over, catches Hopkinsville off guard, and gets the point. And that does go down in the books as a kill, even though it's a tip over. It was offensive, and it goes down as a kill for Katie's stats. Katie steps back to the service line, scores 19-12 Caldwell. Ball's up, serves in, Mallory makes a pass. Ball's passed back up to Mallory. She attacks back row. Don't get a good pass on that ball. Katie can't set it. Send the ball back over to Hopkinsville, and this time the R1 did not like the way the hitter, she tried to tip it over with two hands, and he called her for a prolonged contact. Katie serves again. Pass back row. Just Mallory sets it, gets a good swing. I don't know how we played it up, but we did send a free ball over. They're outside attacking. She gets a good swing. Callie Prowl handles it. Katie's on her knees, makes a good set out there to Allie, and when you want to kill, where do you go?
I don't know that she's quite 100% tonight, but she's pretty close. Everyone she's sent, they've had trouble with it.
Katie wanted to get it to her. She was on her knees making that set. Serves the ball again. They pass it right back over. Katie sets Abby this time. Abby swings. They play it up, but there's confusion on the court. They send us a free ball. Katie's on her knees again. This time Alexis George gets the swing. They try to tip it over. Abby blocked it. They send it back over on first ball. Katie's out to Allie. Uh-oh, Allie got blocked, but we still got it in play. Back over to Alexis. She hits it out of bounds. That was a good rally, and look at Hopkinsville celebrate. Anytime they can make a play like that on Allie, they got something to celebrate.
That was a good effort all the way around. That shot was just a little long.
Nice rally. Carolyn Beamer is up to serve. She serves it in. Allie has to make the play. Katie passes and sets the ball back to Abby. Abby gets a good swing. Passed up by Mallory, and confusion again on if the setter's going to handle that ball or someone else. That's unfortunate.
That was a good dig.
It was. That's unfortunate because the setter was right there. She needs to be the one to handle the ball if she can at all.
Mallory Neighbors got a little upset over that one.
Yeah. She plays that. She makes that dig. She wants to finish the play. Laurie Kortner serves the ball. Passes up. Setter's got the ball. She goes back row to Carrie Lynn Beamer. She attacks it. Katie passes it back up to Allie. And that really wasn't a block. I believe that hit the tape on the net and just came down on our side.
Yeah, it just rolled down the net.
Yeah.
That's two times you've seen the ball, once crawl it and once roll down it. Exactly. You don't know how in the world it could do that.
Exactly. That's Chella Bell back there to serve for Hopkinsville. Scores 22-14. She serves aggressive, but that ball is deep, and that's their fifth error of the set.
Now, how tall is the top of the net?
Top of the net for women is 7 feet 4 1/4 inches. And they put a chain on it to measure it before the match. Carly Prowl serves the ball. Hopkinsville passes it up. Attack out of the middle, and Bailey Oliver's there to block it.
I wonder why they did the quarter.
You know, you wonder. Men's net is an even 8 foot. Oh, what's up with that?
7 foot 4 1/4.
Carly serves it again. This time she gets an ace, and that is set and match point at 20. Wait a minute. They're switching sides. They must be going 3 out of 5. I thought they was playing 2 out of 3. Well, I stand corrected. They are going to go 3 out of 5. The team switched benches.
Well, that'll give us some time. I'll go through our sponsors list one more time. Excuse me. We want to thank the sponsors for sponsoring the Pink Out Breast Cancer Awareness Game. Once again, we want to also thank WPKY AM and WPKY Online. If you go to the web on Facebook, platinum sponsors are Farmers Bank and Trust, Fredonia Valley Bank, First Southern National Bank, State Farm Agent Larry Fond, Planters Bank, and a Princeton Electric Plant Board. Our gold sponsors are McDonald's of Princeton, Trice Hughes Incorporated, the Woodall Agency, Caldwell Medical Center, Penny Ryle Rural Electric, Shelter Insurance Agent Clay Farless. We also have silver sponsors that include Food Giant, Princeton Drug Company, Napa Auto Parts, A Touch of Grace Christian Books and Gifts, Coleman Shoe Shop and Carharth Apparel, Wildcat Liquors, Ziobros Weddings and Formals, Capitol Cinemas, Casey's General Store, Feather Your Nest Linens and Stuff, Treasures Remembered Florist and Greenhouse, and Bella Marie Boutique. And once again, tonight's volleyball game, the Pink Out event has been between the Caldwell County Lady Tigers and the Hopkinsville Lady Tigers. And we're fixing to go to the third game in this set. Caldwell County is up 2-0, and they're going to play 3 out of 5. If Caldwell wins this, then it'll be over.
Yes, it'll be over. And I mistakenly said earlier in the broadcast that they was only playing 2 out of 3, which I had told that at the beginning of the evening that that's what they was discussing, but apparently they decided to go ahead and play 3 out of 5. The first set was Caldwell 25-8. Second set was Caldwell 25-14. Hopkinsville got a little bit on track that second set, and they did made some good passes, got a lot more opportunity for attacks, just not quite able to handle the arsenal Caldwell County's got. Katie Van Hooser got a kill, Allie Sims got 2, Lacey Vinson 3, Bailey Oliver 2, and Alexis George 1. And when you've got that many hitters coming at you, you just kind of throw up your hands and say, what do I do? Is it hard to keep a team focused when they've won a couple of the games and, you know, it's been 25-14, 25-8? Yes, it is. Sometimes they have a tendency to relax a little bit, and that's always been a challenge of every team I've ever coached. And just getting them out there and put them away. And sometimes girls are too nice. Hopkinsville serves the first ball. Katie sets it up to Allie, and Allie hits it out of bounds. It's a little out of character for Allie. I'd like to see her get back on track and start racking up those kills like she had at the beginning. Allie sets it up this time. Libby Griggs is in the front row, and she tips it over. Bailey Oliver gets a block on their swing, the swing coming out of Hopkinsville's back row. That ended that. Bailey's got long arms and good timing, and she's a force to be reckoned with in the blocking from that middle position. Hopkinsville attack. Caldwell plays it up, gets the ball out to Lacey Vinson. She swings, they overpass, and Lacey and Bailey Oliver are fighting over who's going to hit that ball, and I'm not real sure who did. I think it was Bailey. I think so, too, by the angle that it took. I think she had picked a spot over there that was bare, and she put it on the floor. Carly Prowl serves it again. They get a pass up, attack from the middle. This time the ball goes deep. Hopkinsville's back in there receive. Carly sends the ball over, passes up. Set to the outside. They get a good swing, but Carly Prowl handles it. Back out to Lacey Vinson. She swings, they block it, and they get the block kill coming from 34 and 9. That would be Chella Bell and Carrie Lynn Beamer on the double block on the outside. All right, Hopkinsville is letting us know that they're not going away. And that's what you want to see. You want to see a team fight all the way through. Carrie Lynn Beamer steps back and serves the ball. We have a lot of trouble with it. Bailey sends it from the back row. Hopkinsville passes up. Attack from the outside. Carly Prowl passes it. Katie sets it. Lacey had to hit it with her left hand, but she gets it over somehow. But we still can't handle the ball well. Libby Griggs shoots it to the deep court. Hopkinsville's attacking from back row, and somebody misses an assignment. That ball lands uncontested. Hopkinsville's tied the score 3-3. As Carrie Lynn steps back here to serve it again, and she serves aggressive, but that ball is just long. Sometimes you're on the roll, you don't want that to happen because that gives Caldwell a chance to breathe, and Libby Griggs steps back there now to serve. She gets that ball up and in. And Hopkinsville attacks from the outside, and they hit the ball deep. Libby gets her first point of the night. Libby's got the ball up, serves in, and they can't handle it. And
that one looked like it might have been out of bounds, but I don't know if it was one of those close enough that.
It was really close. We always tell the player if it's close, you need to play it. Libby serves again. Serves it to Mallory Neighbors. We get a pass up to the middle. Good swing out of the middle and deflects off of Bailey Oliver. She gets the kill. That's Chella Bell's second kill of the night. Their libero comes in to serve. The ball is up. I don't know who she is because she doesn't have a number. Wearing her pink shirt, but she gets an ace. And Hopkinsville is still within range of 5-6. Ball's up again. And this time she serves it deep. Every time they seem to be making a run, they make a serving error.
You're right. You're absolutely right. They've made several in this game tonight.
They have. Abby Reese comes back in the game as Laurie Kortner takes the bench. Abby plays front row, Laurie plays back row. Abby's in the middle. Bailey Oliver serves it. They pass the ball up, and they're going to attack from outside with Mallory Neighbors. And I believe there was a touch on that ball. She admits there's a touch on the ball. They don't ask the players to do that, but Abby Reese looks up and said, hey guys, I touched that ball. The point and the ball will go back over to Hopkinsville. Got to give credit.
You got to give some credit there.
They're not asked to do that.
I didn't think she touched it, but
I thought there was, but I'm not the one with the whistle in my mouth. Hopkinsville serves the ball. They are aggressive servers. When they get the balls in, they're usually pretty hard to handle. Abby gets a good touch. Carly Prowl shoots it back to a hole. She saw an opening. We normally don't like to send the ball over on first contact, but Carly was looking right at that, saw that there was a weakness in the defense, and she shot that ball right in it. That's a little Bailey Tucker influence on us, because that was Bailey made a living at that when she was in school. Lacey Vincent steps back to the back line to serve. Pass it up. Setter gets the ball up to Mallory Neighbors. She rolls, tries to roll it over the middle, and she just misses the sideline, and the ball goes out of bounds. Lacey steps back to the service line. Whistle from the official, ball's up. She serves it deep, and the libero just can't handle it. It goes through her hands. The ball's served pretty tough, especially if it's got a spin on it. Lacey's got a little top spin on that ball. That's really hard for a receiver to handle with her hands. She would have been better off to try to step back and play that with her forearm. Lacey steps back again. That ball's a floater, not much movement that time. Passes it up, they get it to the outside. Touch on the block, Allie's able to play it up. Lacey comes in and passes it out to the outside. We get a free ball. Mallory's attacking from the middle. This time Abby Reese is all over it. She records her block kill for the night. And Lacey goes back to the service line again. Ball's up, she serves. Tough play. They're not able to handle it, and she gets the ace.
She's making them work for every one of them.
She has. Lacey's come a long way on her serve. She didn't serve very much last year. Pretty inconsistent, and my goodness, she has done a great job this year. We're really proud of that senior growth. And that's all I can call it, is she records another ace. And Daniel is fortunate, Coach Kortner's fortunate. He's getting a lot of senior leadership out of these girls. You hear me saying Allie's name, Lacey's name, Abby's name. They're all out there. John Renee. As we get a free ball back from the serve, Lacey makes the pass. Katie sets to Abby behind her. Abby gets the swing. We're going to get a free. Oh, no, honey, that's not legal. And the official did call it.
What did she try to do?
Well, she had her back to the net. She had her hands up, and she was playing the ball from behind. And she doesn't get fingertips on it. She's just swatting at it, and they're going to call that a double touch every time, as they should. Lacey serves it again. Mallory gets a good swing, and this time she gets the kill. That's Mallory's second kill of the set. The score is 14-7. Hopkinsville is still not going to go away easily. The step back is the server Sarah Cavanaugh. She has a nice little jump serve. We have trouble with it, but get a good swing out of the back row from Bailey Oliver, and then we're going to get a free ball back as they're out of system. Bailey makes a good pass. Katie sets the ball out there to Allie, and Allie just can't get that ball over the net. She's gone quiet on us. Which, you know, when you've got other hitters, if one hitter goes quiet and you got 4 or 5 of them, it's not going to cause much problem. Sarah Cavanaugh.
And they get a little momentum, and then they don't get the ball over net on the serve.
Yep,
so.
Yep. Third service error of this set. Katie Van Hooser steps back to the service line.
Katie's liable to serve several here.
She's quite capable of it. Libby Griggs comes into the lineup for the front row this time instead of Alexis George. Mallory gets a good swing on that ball. She gets her third kill of the set, 6th kill of the night, and now she rotates back to the serve as number 9, Chella Bell, comes back in. Mallory serves it, and this ball is deep. 4th service error of the night, or of the set, for Hopkinsville.
Well, you lose the serve. You lose a point, but you lose the serve. And
any momentum you had.
It appears to me that when you get the serve, that gives you the best opportunity to score.
Yeah, you're exactly right. There goes Laurie with a good serve. And in the meantime, Carrie Lynn Beamer gets the tip for the kill. And Carly Peak entered the game, replacing Abby. So she'll be playing the middle. And they miss another serve from Sydney Hill. They see now we've got quite a bit of lineup changes going on out there. You got Lacey Vincent on the outside, Carly Peak in the middle, and Libby Griggs on the right side. Carly Prowl is serving. Gets the ball in. That's really not an ace because they did make the first pass, but she does get the point. Got Laurie Kortner playing middle back, and Katie Van Hooser still setting, and Carly Prowl the libero. Mallory Neighbors makes the pass. It's an overpass on the set, but we don't handle the ball. KP just sends it over to get everybody to regroup and scores a kill. That's her second kill of the night from the back row. Carly Prowl steps back there to serve again.
It just seems so many times like we're in the right spot. And that's that experience coming out, isn't it?
It is. It's experience and training. You know, they're coached. They're in a specific defense, and there's a place they're supposed to be. And if they're not there, we'll probably hear Coach Kortner's correction. Now, that's 2 aces in a row there for Carly Prowl. But the girls are pretty disciplined. They know where they're supposed to be, and most of the time they're there. Carly Prowl tries to hit another spot, as she does, and gets another ace. She had been picking on the what we call the 1 hole, which is the server side, and this she switched up, serves short to the 4 hole. Serves deep right down the middle, which is the 6th spot. They handle it. They get a back row attack. Carly Prowl makes the pass. Katie Van Hooser sets outside. Lacey Vincent gets a good swing. Mallory passes it up. Set outside, swing. And that ball is deep. Carly Prowl will continue serving. Ball is up. Carly serves. Mallory makes the pass. We get a set to the outside. She swings just a little roll shot. Sometimes just changing the speed will mess you up a little bit. Carly Prowl was definitely set up for a deep ball attack, and she just rolls it over the block and gets the kill. That was a nice play by Hopkinsville. I believe that was Orlando Tyler. Served by Carrie Lynn Beamer. We don't handle it very well. We get over a pretty aggressive free ball, though, but they passed it up. Attack from the middle, and she pushes it out of bounds. That's from Chella Bell. And that puts us at 24-11. This will be set and match point.
And the crowd's on their feet.
Libby serves it. They do not handle it. They keep it in play. They get the ball over. That was really a double contact, but Ricky's not going to call it on the last play of the game, so Carly Peak gets her kill. And I'm glad he didn't call it, because Carly Peak wouldn't get her kill if he had. And the final score is 25-11 for the third set. Second set was 25-14. The first set was 25-8. And that concludes the match of the varsity with Caldwell and Hopkinsville. We didn't have as many kills, dominating kills in that set, Frankie, as we did in the first set. First set we racked up, there was 12 kills that I recorded, and I only show 3 hitting, well, there was 4 kills in that third set. A lot of that was because we were scoring on errors. Our serves were very aggressive. We had a lot of aces. Carly Prowl had 4 aces. Lacey Benson had 3. Libby Griggs had 1, or no, she had 2. And that we were just on the offense all night. Hopkinsville just could not handle it.
Yeah, that senior leadership for Caldwell County really showed itself, I believe. Those that they've had that experience of playing all the way through and playing with each other, and some of them probably play club ball, so they've got a lot of experience, and they play together well, but they're trained well. They know, like you said, they know the plays that they're supposed to run, and they were very aggressive. And when you're aggressive, you tend to be on offense more than you're on defense. And I guess that's one thing I picked up tonight in just watching one real close is, we're making plays to have an attack, and the other team is always just trying to get it back over the net.
I think that's exactly a summary of this whole match. And if you notice that even when we had to send a free ball over, we didn't have the kind of attack we wanted. Our free balls are even more aggressive than their free balls were. We scored, Carly Prowl scored at least twice out of a free ball situation. So, but it was a very spirited match. I thought Hopkinsville did a good job keeping rallies going and made it a real interesting match.
Well, it was, and a good crowd tonight. The pink event, I think, again, very successful. We want to thank everybody for their sponsorship. I want to go through those one more time. We have our platinum sponsors, which include Farmers Bank and Trust, Fredonia Valley Bank, First Southern National Bank, State Farm Agent Larry Fond, Planters Bank, and Princeton Electric Plant Board. Our gold sponsors are McDonald's of Princeton, Trice Hughes Incorporated, the Woodall Agency, Caldwell Medical Center, Pennyrile Rural Electric, and Shelter Insurance Agent Clay Farless. Silver sponsors include Food Giant, Princeton Drug Company, Napa Auto Parts, A Touch of Grace Christian Books and Gifts, Coleman Shoe Shop and Carharth Apparel, Wildcat Liquors, Ziobro's Weddings and Formals, Capitol Cinemas, Casey's General Store, Feather Your Nest, Linens and Stuff, Treasures Remembered Florist and Greenhouse, and Bella Marie Boutique. We want you to know you've been listening to the evening broadcast of the Caldwell County Lady Tiger Volleyball Pink Out Breast Cancer Awareness Games on WPKY 1580 AM and the web at WPKY Online, as well as our worldwide webcast. We're at the Caldwell County High School Communities Activities Building, and Sue's got some...
I just want to mention that the girls will be back on their home court on Thursday for their final district game against Madisonville North Hopkins. It's a real important game. Freshmen start at 5:30, so come on out and support them again. If you enjoyed this this broadcast, then come down and watch them live. And Caldwell's record now goes to 15-4 on the season. They're 6-0 in the region, and they're 3-0 in their district. So off to a great start. And come on down and support them again on Thursday and watch a good volleyball game.
Hopefully you've enjoyed this broadcast. We hope you will thank all the sponsors. And also a reminder that Friday night will be Tiger football on WPKY. It's a home game against Paducah Tillman, but you can catch it on.
First district game.
Yeah, it's a big game. Everybody, I think you'll see a packed house. I think Caldwell County has kind of surprised some folks this year.
I think you're right.
I think everybody expected us to be pretty decent, but we've done really, really well, and Paducah Tillman's coming to town, and that's going to be a good game. And so you can pick that up on WPKY 1580 AM or WPKY online if you go to Facebook. And we will certainly want to encourage people to do that. And thank our community radio station, WPKY. Let's thank them for supporting Caldwell County athletics and Caldwell County schools the way they do. We're very appreciative of that. And what else we got going on here? We're going to close it out?
Yeah, I think we're closing it out. The crowd's leaving the gym. They may turn the lights out on us here. But, again, want to remind everyone to come on down on Thursday, support the girls in their district match. Come back on Friday, support the boys on their district match and football game, rather. They're in their first district game since they went to 3A. Is that right?
That's right.
So
first time I ever remember us being in 3A.
This is a lot of good youth athletics going on around, and I need everybody to come out and support it. I really appreciate WPKY allowing me to be a part of this broadcast, Frankie. I appreciate you doing it with us. Jordan keeping us straight up here, and I hope it was something that everybody enjoyed.
And we want to thank Jordan Dunn for, is it called engineer? Is that what it's called when you do what you do? All right, we're going to call you an engineer. And we thank you for running all the equipment so we can just kind of sit here and talk about the game. And we want to wish everybody a safe trip home and a good night, and hope you'll join us again for another broadcast.